found the Tony Basilio stream at TonyBasilio.com or on your smartphone or tablet. Another thrilling, chilling, and sometimes spilling edition of the Basilio Show is on the way next. Tips are always appreciated.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
LF to the G, man. I'm fired up, focused, and prepared. Vols are getting ready to play some football. I'm jacked, and packed about that. We had a Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime to the Stars last night. That'll never be forgotten by this living fan as the Vols put on a show for the ages. Actually, how do I put this? Let's see here. Man, these early season games are hard to watch. You know? Unless you're... and we had some real hoops heads that jumped in there last night with us, which is great. But there was... Well, let me ask TGMD, who's a real sicko for all this stuff. And be honest with me, TGMD. How much basketball did you watch last night? I want a dead level honesty from you. Be honest.
About 20, 25 minutes of it.
There you go. Now we're talking.
I have to watch a pirated stream on YouTube because YouTube TV's still not with ESPN yet.
Mikasa is always open to you. If you ever want to come over, you're welcome to use our sports bar.
Yeah, I'm not doing it for a quad 4 game.
That's the point. Like Laura last night, she was out with our daughter and late getting back, and I can't figure out how to turn everything on in here. You know, she's like, Tony, it's a game against North Florida. I mean, what? There really is kind of a ramp up to this, isn't there, Matt?
Well, yeah. For the real games that count. I mean, the exhibitions with Duke are kind of cool, and that's a lot of fun and a new wrinkle to this. But again, I mean, that game doesn't really count. So, yeah, I don't know. It's hard. Some of these games are just, and you have just so much roster turnover that it's, you know, you get kind of a little bit of sloppiness.
Yes.
Teams just aren't clicking.
Yes.
You're not doing a whole lot of running real offense, and you're certainly not doing a lot defensively. So it's just, I don't know. They're difficult watches right now, more so than in the past.
That's kind of where I'm at. And then, like I was telling Bri last night, and I shouldn't be saying this kind of thing on the air, but I joined Bri for about a half hour last night, and my observations are that you can take this stuff and watch it like you're really watching something that matters, but really what you're watching is a practice. That's what you're watching. I mean, they're loosely doing things offensively that resemble team basketball right now. Like Nega Dave, you know, and I love Nega Dave, but he overreacts to everything, and people like him, and I'm not a tell you how to think person, never have been, but I do share my opinion. My opinion on this early season stuff is these games are really, really great for Rick Barnes because they're low risk basketball games. They're not going to lose. It's impossible for Tennessee to lose to that North Florida team. Like, that's never going to happen. And I mean ever. Because you're physically that much better than all these teams. And, Bri, this Rice team that comes in here Monday night, Matt, an 8:30 start. So I'm sure Matt will be on with us on our Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime after that one into the wee small hours of the morning. Matt, am I right on that? Will you be on with us about 11 o'clock Eastern time? You excited about that?
I thought Brian did such a great job last night that I don't want to get involved in those yet. He's doing so good.
Let's go. Let's go. By the way, C is absent today. C is what we call abstaining. Um, Brian, you really did do a great job last night, and I was in here going, I don't know why we're playing these games. Like I was just saying things into the microphone. I know why we're playing the games. You have to play the games. Those schools need them to make money. Tennessee needs them for developing their team down the line. But then the question becomes, from a fan perspective, and Matt, this is where I come in because I like to kind of just look at things as objectively as possible. From a fan's perspective, I say to myself, what, pray tell, is the point in this? So you find yourself doing the same thing while you're looking at it? Because that's exactly what I'm doing as a fan. I'm going, this is not a contest. These lineups we're playing aren't real. It sure is great to see J.P. Estrella out there doing his thing. Like, I'm not saying the games aren't of value. The games certainly are of value. But, boy, they're hard to watch. Does anybody else share my opinion on that at 865-200-5402? Now, Kentucky and Louisville the other night, extremely fun to watch. And I mean extremely fun to watch. That was a fun to watch early season basketball game. Matt, did you find yourself tuning into that? Because that was pretty good sports, really.
Now I did watch that.
Good
Absolutely.
sports.
Yeah. Yeah,
Good
the right team
sports.
was winning basically the whole game.
Yes.
So yes, I watched a whole lot of that one. That was good. And it was a pretty entertaining game.
Very good
Again,
game.
not a whole lot of defense.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a good watch.
Kentucky last night, or the other night, defended not at all. And then Louisville down the stretch kind of let them hang around in the game. And it's a fun basketball game. And you can tell from both sides, even though culturally speaking, these aren't lineups where these kids have either grown up there, or a few of the guys have, but there's still a little something when Louisville and Kentucky get on the floor with each other. And the thing I like about that series too is that it's played in each other's buildings early in the year. So there's value in all that as far as I'm concerned. 865-200-5402 is the number. Have you guys seen some of the names that are being mentioned for some of these jobs? Because I was exchanging texts with somebody today who keeps their ear to the ground, and apparently, did I miss something? Eli Drinkafifth right now is emerging as a candidate at Penn State, according to the people that follow such stuff. Which leads me to this. Is the coaching pool out there a kiddie pool? Is it a kiddie pool this year? There are 3 different places that want Lane Kiffin. There are several openings. Eli Drinkafifth for one of the top 3 openings in the deal? I'm sorry, but... Huh? Matt, did I miss something? And if you're a Penn State fan, how would that news make you feel? What are we doing? In major college football, what are we doing right now? Eli Drinkafifth? Do you think that evokes fear in anybody in major college football?
Fire James Franklin to hire Eli Drinkwitz. I'd rather just keep who I had and let him struggle, and he'll fix it if he's a good coach.
I mean, you see this. There's so many openings now, and high-profile openings this year, especially. And there's just not coaches that have the resumes that fit taking those jobs. And you see teams and fan bases want to change, but the change sometimes and a lot of times isn't an upgrade. I mean, Florida got rid of Dan Mullen, who was, pretty good, and they wound up getting a guy who came and go 500 and was terrible in game.
You called
and
that.
Billy Napier, and that's, Penn State certainly doesn't seem like they're going to hire somebody that's better than James Franklin, and they're almost certainly going to hire a guy that's going to be worse.
I mean, the guy has never, and I mean ever, at Missouri where they spent pretty good money. See, that's the quiet little secret we all know. What games of consequence, Matt, has Missouri won since he's been in the league? Give me a win of consequence for them.
You could say the Ohio State game and the bowl game, but that's when everybody opted out.
No.
I mean, the game
Bowl
over
games.
Tennessee was pretty big.
Bowl games don't count.
Tennessee was like an 8-win team that year.
Yeah, Tennessee doesn't count.
It was
Walking
big
out.
for Missouri at that point, but
it does not a big game.
No. The point is, I don't think the guy, we could go back and comb through his record. I don't know that they have a win of significance under him. And that's the exact reason. See, here's the thing Sean Sinclair was talking about yesterday, which is a very cursory tale in the sport. And look, I get it. Josh Heupel this year has had a pretty rough season managing football games. He has. I'm not going to be an apologist for him. At the same time, we have to admit this, okay? There exists a scenario on the board where the Vols go 7-5 this year, and he gets a big raise. I was thinking about that all kind of last night and how people are going to react to that. Because out of its context, it's going to make a lot of people very angry that a guy that's already handsomely paid is going to get a raise after going 7-5, but really he's going to get a raise after going 10-2 after going 7-5. That's really, and he's going to get a raise because, again, the pool from which these schools are going to hire is a kiddie pool. It's a kiddie pool of coaches. It's almost laughable how some of these programs are going to end up on whom they end up with. It is almost going to be, Matt, kind of comical to watch this. And the other thing is, and I'm really coming to this conclusion, stability really matters. Look at what's going on at LSU right now. Look at the instability. Look at the governor being involved in that. Look at how silly they are. Look at how unserious they look. Look at Tennessee. Look at how serious Tennessee looks. Now, we have an AD that does bits, and that's okay. But for the most part, he stays out of the way, and it is what it is. He's not a very meddlesome guy with his coaches, as we saw, which is probably a real plus for Josh Heupel. He just kind of leaves guys alone and lets them do their thing. And there's a real opportunity here for Tennessee. There's also a real opportunity for Josh Heupel to get himself a raise. And look, I didn't do it, but he is going to get a raise. No matter what happens from here, he's going to get a raise because he's going to, Matt, they're going to call his agent. You know they are. Somebody out there is going to call his agent, and maybe a couple schools are going to call his agent. Why? Plays an inviting brand of football. He's functioned at a pretty high level in this era, so he's proven he can do it. And he can kind of fog up a mirror. Some of these names that are mentioned at some of these jobs, I'm sorry, I'm a little underwhelmed. You know what? It's almost to the point, guys, where the AD out there that, and look, Indiana got lucky. Did Indiana know what they were getting in Kurt Signetti? No. No, they didn't. But Matt mentioned the guy that's now at UNLV, who might be on his way elsewhere, after the former Missouri coach who was at UNLV, who jumped up a level. It might be that you've got to do your homework on some guys that are in the Sun Belt, in some of these other leagues, in the American, in the Mountain West.
Tyson Helton.
Well, That might be what you're.
That's
That might be what you're looking at. I mean, we've got Bobby.
somebody's gonna hire him.
We got Bobby Wilder on in like an hour. Okay. 60's the new 40. Kurt Signetti at his level is cross a diamond with the pearl. And he's a man right now in the deal. And Bobby Wilder has Tennessee Tech undefeated this late in the season. Now, Matt, they go to Kentucky this weekend. How funny would it be to see Tennessee Tech go to Kentucky and play them off their feet? And maybe beat them.
Oh, it'd be incredible. It'd be, yeah.
I mean, I would drink
Kentucky's
to that.
kind of recent success. Yeah. I kind of had that as a game that Tennessee Tech could actually win because Kentucky was kind of a dead program.
Yes.
I mean, you had Stoops walking around, pacing the sidelines with his hands in his pockets against Tennessee, and now they kind of found some life, which, depending on how Kentucky approaches it, they could overlook this game.
The Boley guy adds a little life, and they could overlook the game. They've won 2 games, and they could go in the other direction. Hey, we're back. We blew Florida out. You could say to me, well, Tennessee's playing New Mexico State this weekend and blah, blah. The way Saturday sets up is our Garza Law 5th quarter fan reaction is actually going to be a Florida watch party. Because as soon as our game ends, their game begins. And it'll be really interesting to see what kind of product they put on the field against Ole Miss. Ole Miss is literally, Matt, going to clinch a playoff berth Saturday night with a win. Am I wrong in that? Help me do the math here, guys. What are we doing? Ole Miss? How has this happened?
A&M's going to clinch a playoff berth pretty much.
A&M!
If they haven't already.
2 schools that have never done anything. And I'm going to tell you right now, you look at that board, and I thought it was going to be us. This Vanderbilt team, if they go 10-2, could get left at home. There's only so many playoff spots to go around. I mean, they're a nice story. Wouldn't it be interesting, guys, to see what the committee does with Vanderbilt, who still right now are sort of on the outside looking in, needing a little help? Don't you think, Matt, it'll be real interesting to see what the committee does with the Vanderbilt if they invite him to the party at the end of the year, if they end up 10-2? God forbid, because that means it would be at our expense, and I really don't want to do that post-game show, nor the aftermath.
Yeah, Brian will have a heavy load that day.
I'm going to come down with a stomach virus.
I still am under the belief you go 10-2 in the SEC, you're in the playoffs, even if it's Vandy, and I still hold to that. I mean, you have Texas and Oklahoma are both underdogs on the rope this weekend and likely to lose.
Yeah,
to have their 3rd loss. That'll drop I just. If Vanderbilt was to win out, I think they're in.
Well, let's count the playoff.
Hopefully they don't do that though.
Let's count the playoff teams. A&M's getting in. A&M's getting in. Ole Miss is getting in. That's 2.
Georgia.
Alabama and Georgia. That's 4. You're only going to have 5. The 5 is Texas, Vandy, Oklahoma. Who else is in it? Is that it?
I think that's it.
I mean, last year we got 3, right?
Yes.
So,
and there were 3 teams that felt like they should have been in, but
what I wonder,
all with 3 losses.
Yeah, here's where it becomes interesting. If Texas, let's say they lose to Georgia, but then they turn around and beat A&M at the end of the year, which that would be a very A&M thing to let Texas do.
And let's say Vandy goes 10-2 and Texas has a win over Vandy. What do you do then?
And Texas is 9-3, but they have that loss to Ohio State, who's easily, and I hate saying this, okay, because I was watching one of the Ohio State things on YouTube last night, one of their local market shows, and they were bragging about all these recruits they have. I mean, my gosh. If If I had a $50 million payroll, I think I could get some players too. If you think for 5 seconds that the Ohio States of the world are adhering to the $17 million that some of the teams in this league are, or the $15 million, whatever the expenditure is, you're out of your mind if you believe that. I mean, you're out of your mind. There's no way they're doing that. There's no telling how much Ohio State, and good for them, is spending on their payroll. And so, how does the committee, Matt, treat Arch Manning 9-3 versus Vanderbilt at 10-2? That's Texas, y'all. That's a lot of eyeballs on the TV screen. That's a Manning in the playoffs. That's a lot of eyeballs in the TV screen. And they have the head-to-head win over Vanderbilt, which they could justify, making the regular season matter. It's going to be interesting. Lot of football this weekend. What happens if Texas upsets Georgia? What then? Then you throw this thing totally into complete chaos. And I want chaos, by the way. If we're not going to be in it, I want chaos. I personally think it would almost be comical if Andy went 10-2, Matt, and got left at home. Now, obviously, I wouldn't think it would be comical if they beat the Vols, but if they went 10-2 and got left at home, that would be some freaking dark humor, man. Real dark humor.
Yeah, it would.
Real dark. If it wasn't at our expense, why do I feel like Kentucky's got a decent chance against them next weekend with this Boley guy?
I guess probably the same reason you think Texas has a chance against Georgia this weekend.
Interesting. I guess because
you've been fading Vandy and Georgia all season.
I guess because it's college football.
Well, Texas is 7-2, but it feels like they're 5-4.
Yes, it does, Bri. They're kind of lurking there.
It feels like a very, very un-7-2 like team.
Well, they're just dreadful on offense. They can't block anybody. I mean, they just can't play. They have a real tester this weekend because that Texas offense and that Arkansas defense, you talk about the something has to give bowl. Speaking of bowls, Bri, where are we projected right now? Bri's all over this. Speaking of bowl games.
Well, the last one I saw had them playing Miami in the Gator Bowl.
Let's go, man. Doug in Jacksonville. Let's go. Have you guys seen who Miami's now involved with, the quarterback they're involved with? Lenoris Sellers.
Yes.
How do you think he would do with a change of scenery and going down there being surrounded by a bunch of high-priced talent? Because Miami, in case you haven't noticed, they're spending. Now, I'm
and
not
he
sure,
could be the next quarterback to throw 3 picks in a big game and lose for him.
I'm not sure
when they're favored by 10.
There you go. I'm not sure what they're getting for their money, but they sure are spending. 865-200-5402. The last couple weeks of the regular season are going to be crazy. And then the fun's really going to begin. Because the fun is going to be how many, and I wrote it today in the blog, we were talking about the other day, how many players do you think we have that are currently on other rosters? I mean, I wouldn't even know how to track that. There are so many. Matt the other day, first glance was probably, I don't know, north of 40. Well, what are we doing in college football? What are we doing? And Cinco was talking about something that Austin Price said, which is guys that are freshmen that come in that don't play, they're all of a sudden, they're looking around for their next stop. There is zero patience. Zero patience. So we have a lot to talk about on a Thursday, 865-200-5402. As we continue with more on the other side, Bobby Wilder joins at noon. Talk Topics up for grabs. This early season Quad 4 basketball tour that the Vols are taking. I shouldn't say this out loud, but man, it's really hard to watch. Now, Bry, Rice does have a quality win on the year, right? That Rice bunch has got...
Rice beat Biblical Studies 109-38. They're coached by the coach known as Ice Handler, Rob Lanier.
Let's go!
Assistant. And
Ice Handler.
We need to start calling him the Rice Handler now.
With a win over
Biblical Studies. No word if Dead Sea Scrolls was available or not.
Biblical Studies.
We can't play with your food in these early season games.
No, man.
And obviously, Biblical Studies did.
As we continue with more on the other side. Only question is, was that a King James? Did they play with the King James ball or the NIV ball? What ball did they use in that game? Biblical Studies against Rice. Whew. See? Basilio, just when you think, because whoever that poor fool is that has to do Garza Law, Rice basketball overtime, after what game, Bri, was it again?
Biblical Studies. Bino said we're going to see Biblical Studies pop up on a football schedule at the end of November before Thanksgiving one week here.
As we continue.
On an SEC schedule.
What division in basketball is Biblical Studies, Bri? That might be the most next level thing I've ever heard.
I've literally I've seen that school pop up on scoreboards, but I have no idea what level they are.
Are they
Are
they called the Fighting Saints?
I have no clue.
Minnesota Fighting Saints in the WHA.
They could be the disciples, the Fighting Disciples.
Anybody out there?
12-man team.
What a great line, Rob Lanier. Is that their lone win, Bri?
They might play the Giants in spring training this year.
Bri, is that their lone win? What a great line.
That's their lone win. They play a game Friday again. I think somebody they should win, but that's their lone win to this point. They're 1-2.
Tony Vols, if he would have stuck around, could have gotten them, Matt, for a preseason series. Biblical Studies. My Donna May. My gosh. By the way, the great Jennifer Morris, our latest proud sponsor of the program to practice sponsor on caller crime. She has a new commercial that will debut today. Sponsor on caller crime. As we continue with more, maybe that's a fad that's catching. As we continue on your Thursday after this.
It's the hottest post-game show on the planet. Garza Law. Fifth quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the Volunteer State by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof, T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka. Distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Interior and exterior, Walker's Painting's been making it beautiful since 1999 across the Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard Walker's Painting on the Basilio Show, 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999. Check out the ad at the blog at tclub.team. Walker's Painting.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama Zizi approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and Zizi.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols!
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
TB back with you, 865-200-5402 is our numero uno, numero dos. If you want to get in the hunt and in the mix with us again, 865-200-5402. So, Brian Hartman, we've had like an 8-point change in the line. What's the number preseason to the Florida deal for the Tennessee-Florida game? This is kind of interesting.
Well, in the summer, it was Florida -3 at home, which is the same as a toss-up, really. And since then, it's now Tennessee -5.5. And we'll see how much it shifts based on what happens over the weekend. But the Vols are slightly less than a touchdown favorite over the Florida Gators now.
So that's what, an 8-point swing?
Yeah, 8.5. Which isn't unusual, honestly, when you have the type of season Tennessee's had, and when you've gone south like Florida's done.
So now we have this real interesting game this weekend. Then we go to the phones where, and again, if you're one of these people, and I'm not going to lie to you, me and Matt were just talking off the air. I'm having like, I don't know what you would call it. I shouldn't admit this on the air, but I'm having like a little bit of a sports depression from after the Oklahoma loss, and then this early season Quad 4 basketball stuff. And to put it this way, I walked in the park yesterday and did like 12 to 14, I think it was like 13 or 14,000 steps. I just sat out there for 2.5 hours and just walked. And it felt so good to do it. But I just find myself kind of going, man, I can't wait till we get back to, playing a real football game. Because I know this offseason is going to be extremely interesting. This week just feels very lull-oriented, and then people that are listening to us or watching us on video or listening to us can kind of hear what's going on behind the scenes. People that listen on the Twitter Spaces, shout out to Jennifer and Goldbrick Joe and those people, know that I'm in here as well coordinating the tailgate that we're going to have for the kids. And by the way, W8 is where we're going to be. If you want to come by and see us on Saturday, and I would love to have you. But just double check that site against what I'm telling you here. Head over to tclub.team, TonyBasilio.com, and you'll have our tailgate location. Brian says that the line in the Tennessee game has moved like 7 or 8 points since the preseason. Matt, what do you think? Because here's the thing about Kiffin, right? Does Kiffin want the Florida job? Who knows? Does he want it? Does he not want it? I have no idea. He would have taken it 5 years ago in a heartbeat if he could have gotten it. And they hired Billy Napier, guys, how long ago? 3 years, 4 years? How long was Napier there? 4?
That was end of 21 season, going into 2022.
So he got 3.5 seasons, basically. 23, 24. He got 2.5 seasons. Is that right, Bri?
Yes.
Wow. Damn. They've sped the clock up on these people. There is very little doubt that Lane Kiffin back then would have taken the gig. Matt, does he take it easy on Florida, or does he put a season beating on them? Because I think that number is like 14.5, and we will do a winners and losers tonight. We'll publish it later this evening. What do you think, Matt? Does Kiffin put a season? Let's say he wants to go there, right? Does he take it easy on him, or does he smash him into the ground? What's better for Kiffin?
I mean, you obviously need to win, but I don't think you need to win by 30. I mean, just winning comfortably by 17-21 would probably be the best outcome for all involved.
What do you think, Bri?
If he wants to be wanted, I think. I don't know whether he takes the job. It kind of depends on how Ole Miss's playoffs and their path in that look.
I think based on what happened last year and getting knocked out by them, that he's going to want this game. The revenge factor is going to be in play for Ole Miss. And something that just came out, the Baylor AD, Mac Rhodes, will step down from his role with the College Football Playoff Selection Committee, Pete Nacco says.
Why? Why?
It came out like a half hour ago.
He was getting blasted yesterday on here by a couple people who said he was like a clown.
I think he has some off the field issues at Baylor that he had come up last week.
Damn it, I love Baylor. Baylor's the school that when Dave Bliss was there, after
covered up a murder,
one player murdered another one.
Got the same show cause length as Donnie Tyndall,
and he called everybody in the room and he said, "Now look, because this is a high character guy now." He says, "The player that just got killed, R.I.P. to him. And we're going to send prayers and condolences to his family. But we're all going to stick to this story. He was a drug dealer." I mean, Matt, can you make stuff like that up? Baylor has been, and then
private
Christian institution,
biblical studies,
non-biblical studies.
And they're a Baptist university too.
That's
I think.
The point. I think they actually play them too every year, every now and then.
Really?
He's actually
I think that school's in Texas.
Because I don't know
taking a leave of absence from his duties with the athletics department too.
Baylor somehow gotten kind of skated through with some pretty bad scandals. I mean, they've gotten punished for them, but
it's been unbelievable.
They kind of get glossed over because they're not really a huge factor nationally, I guess.
It's unbelievable the stuff that went on under Art Briles. All right, we're going to go to the phones at 865-200-5402. If you want to get into hunting, in the mix, and in the mix, and in the hunt, it's a pretty beautiful thing. I'm for it, not against it. And I'm trying to stay fired up, focused, and prepared with you on a Thursday, though it is proving to be challenging. But I am coordinating behind the scenes what we're doing on Saturday, which is a lot of fun. So I only got 4 or 5 different things going at one time. But Bry, the chair of the selection committee, has stepped down and taken a leave of absence at his own university.
Yes.
I love major college football. Love it, love it. And whatever you do, don't get yourself a commissioner and don't get your act in order. This is a multi-billion-dollar thing they got going on, and you've got a chair of your committee. I mean, I shouldn't be laughing because I don't even know what the scandal is. What's the scandal about, guys? Is it bad? It can't be good, right? I hope it's nothing. Well, I don't even want to go there. Let me do this at 865-200-5402. Let me go to the phones. We open up the TLD Logistics phone lines. And let's go to the phones. Anything that's up for grabs here, I'd like your opinion on, or if you want to go off the board, please feel free. I'm really curious to see what Florida has in the tank. Matt, Florida's not going to do this again, are they, to us? Surely not, right? This is a layup this year, right?
Well, it's never a layup in Gainesville. They're going to get hammered this weekend because they're on the road. But it's just the only weird factor is it's their first home game in a month. So the crowd could be dead or the crowd could try to rally the team. It's one or the other. There's no real in between. It's either you beat the hell out of them or you lose in embarrassing fashion like you have for 30 years.
And I think 30-plus years, I think we have 7 wins against them playing every year.
30. And only two of them down there, right?
Wow, damn.
In 01 and 03.
And one of them was in December.
Yes. Against maybe the best team they've ever had down there. Which is the ironic part. Because that 01 Florida team was damn good.
Damn good.
You know, Tennessee was 18-point underdogs in that game as a top 5 team.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked. I knew it was close. The last time Tennessee went down there with Heupel in 23, Tennessee was 5.5-point favorites in that game.
Wow.
Which is weird, and they were never really in that game either.
5.5-point favorite?
They went down and scored first, and then they just completely fell apart.
Lost by 13. The Joe Milton year.
Which he's on a very serious NFL franchise now. He's in a great place for him. Because they could get him like at camps and throw the ball from one end zone to the other and
do a couple of commercials.
Do a couple spots doing that. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
He's really is.
Until the Savannah Bananas have a football team,
yes.
The backup quarterback for the Cowboys is perfect for Joe Milton.
Because if you're a Cowboy fan, I mean, I want you to know we all take you seriously. And if you're a Titan fan, we take you seriously. So let's go to the phones. Because Brian will tell you, the Titans are not to be trifled with. You take the Titans seriously when they show up on your schedule. As we get our next call in, hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
What's going on, Tone? Who's your ball, Ryan?
Hey, Ryan, welcome in.
Wanted to, before we get into serious topics, offer a few fun stuff.
Sure.
Names for Negadave's accomplice for the Florida license plate theft.
Okay.
I have two, Positive Pete or Sunshine, as in Sunshine from Remember the Titans. You know, kind of do a odd couple thing. Negadave and Positive Pete, the adventures of them kind of thing would be funny to me.
I kind of smell what you're cooking, and I like your thought. In case you're wondering what Hoosier Ryan is talking about, Negadave actually had a self-deprecating, humorous phone call the other day when he talked about the last time he went to Gainesville. He had found out that they down there like to destroy your car if you're from Tennessee during the Tennessee game. Or not destroy your car, but, you know, whatever it is. Rip a windshield wiper off your car, steal your gas cap.
The funny thing is that back then you only played in Gainesville once every 8 years or so.
So Negadave shared with us that he and a friend went off UT's campus and went looking around for somebody that had a Florida license plate so he could affix a Florida license plate to his car when he went down there. Park his car, you know, with the peace of mind, knowing that his car would be intact when he came out, and sure enough, it worked. And he did steal a Florida license plate, but he told us he stole it from a car that had actually Florida Gator stickers on it. So all these years later, but he would not name his accomplice. Wasn't that kind of a bummer that he wouldn't name his accomplice? You think it's either Positive Pete or what's the other name?
Sunshine, kind of an odd couple. I was it Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon or something like that was the odd couple. We need Titans Bill to call in and refresh me on 50-year-old movies. But kind of do an odd couple thing where Positive Pete and Negadave are driving to Florida and one's happy and the other's just complaining and nitpicking the whole time. It'd be a funny show. So.
I love Negadave last night said his wife's name on the air. He said, yeah, you know, he goes, my wife, Sheila. He goes, you know, we're going to go out. We're going to take you guys out to dinner. Brian, what was the bet?
Sunshine Sheila.
What was the bet, Brian? Sunshiny Sheila?
I think if Tennessee goes 500 or better in their league, he said he'll take us all out to dinner.
And then we had a caller call in and say, Dave's actually warming up to the Vols because he had him after the first game with 5 league wins. And now it's that they're not going to break 500.
Yeah, by Christmas they'll be a 2 seed.
Oh,
he's warming up.
You know, I called her Nega Sheila, but you're right. Sunshine
Sheila. Got to even it out. Everyone knows you don't marry someone like you. You got to even yourself out.
That's a good point. Yeah, opposites attract, don't they?
Yeah, and on the restaurant, I think another great reality show bit would be Negadave goes to a 5-star restaurant and nitpicks and is just unimpressed with all these like artistic things they're bringing out for him to eat. That would be, maybe he can do that. If the Vols go to the Final Four, maybe Negadave could take you all out to a 5-star restaurant and you guys can video it, and he just hates on the dishes. Would be a funny bit too. But
well, you know, my thing with Dave is that I don't want to break the fourth wall. I don't want to get to know him. I want to picture Dave as I picture him. I really don't. Brian, do you want to meet Negative and put a face with the name? I mean, that would really kind of, I don't know.
Well,
I don't want to see the
I never thought
Wizard.
of it that way, but
Not really.
you kind of have a point. But
Thank you.
I wouldn't mind.
Oh, I would mind. He's a clown. He's absolutely a punk and a clown.
I like when there's the intrigue there.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
Kind of create your own person in your head.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep. Because to me, Negative looks like a bespeckled Mr. Potato Head with Buddy Holly glasses. That's how I picture Dave.
That's true. Like Mark in Columba, I never want to meet him because in my mind he probably doesn't look like what he is. Didn't y'all say he's this real big, thick guy? Because I mean, no offense, Mark, but with your personality, you better not be skinny little dude. You know.
Mark actually cuts quite a presence.
Yeah.
But he looks like a guy that's, when you look at his face, has had some rotten chewing tobacco in his mouth for like a year and a half.
Well, that's
just has that snarl on his face, like his stomach's upset. Like me, the first time I tried when I was playing golf with my friends as a teenager, and somebody gave me some Red Man, and I swallowed it. I swallowed it, and I blew it up all over the place on like number 8 at the Red Fox golf course.
Hey, yeah, I think everyone's been there, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Tone, what's Tim Banks' connection to Penn State? Is it distant at this time, or does he have any in there at all?
What do you mean an in? In for what?
Well, I'm serious, man. I was so impressed with that Penn State defense. The Oklahoma defense and the Penn State defense, other than the Buckeyes defense, is the best defenses I've seen in college football this year. Obviously, the Buckeyes are number one. But, man, that Penn State defense is great. And I think that would you take if we could have their one linebacker and maybe a safety
I see
or two,
what you're saying.
Would you take Stomach bringing him back? Because that's the only way I'd bring him back.
He doesn't recruit.
Well, what does he do?
I don't know. Don't get mad at me. Don't
give
get mad
up
at
third
me.
Down?
If you're asking me if Tim Banks is going to go get like some players up there because he was on that staff at one point, he doesn't have a connection with any of the kids that are currently there because he's been here. Tim Banks has been here, guys, for how long now?
5 years, just like Heupel.
Yeah, so he's not. Well, he came
that
with
pipe
Heupel.
dream's dead. That's what I was thinking after I was watching that game, ecstatic that IU won. I said, boy, I wonder if we could snake some of those guys away when they hire Eli Drinkafifth and aren't happy.
Can you imagine Penn State hiring Eli Drinkafifth with a straight face like people are talking about?
He does look Amish. Maybe they're wanting to get in that Lancaster market. You know. He does look Amish. He just needs the beard with no mustache.
Want some Amish NIL money.
We had like 2 Amish coaches at the same time in the SEC. We didn't appreciate it.
Let's work the Stoltzfootses.
Shoe Fly Pie and
yes. I want to work the Stoltzfoot family. Stoltzfoots down there in Amish country. Get some molasses, some shoe fly. I tell you what they're good at. Those people can smoke some meat. You go down there and get some smoked meat. Those people know how to smoke meat. Those farmers do.
They're great because there's some Amish people in rural Indiana where I grew up. They're great carpenters.
Elkhart, right?
Yep. They built a barn addition for my dad and did some cabinetry work for my mom and dad.
They're great.
Nice people, but
they're awesome.
At them, but
they're awesome.
Yeah,
man.
they're unusual, but that's what makes America great.
But if Eli Drinkafifth had Josh Heupel's grooming habits, that is to say, just let his hair and his face go, you know, he would.
Hezekiah.
Well, he could, and I could see him driving one of those buggies around on Route 41 up there. I could just see Eli Drinkafifth on a horse and buggy.
He's got the teeth for the horse. True. He's already got the horse teeth.
Ooh, that's a good one. Brian. Piling on. I like it. Out the door, guys. My Hoosiers scored 100 points 2 games in a row. Doesn't mean much, but...
Way too much. So the Quad 4 stuff's hard to watch, isn't it?
Even I, flipping back and forth between IU and Tennessee last night.
Yes.
Even I was like,
what's the point?
What am I doing?
Yeah, exactly.
What am I doing? That was rough. That was a rough watch.
This IU team looks different than what Woody had. You can tell they got something going.
Yeah. Quite the change. Be putting it mildly. Feels like going from Gitmo and Pruitt to Heupel's first year. I don't know that they'll be very good, kind of like Heupel's first team, but they ain't going to be as awful boring as they were last year.
Thank you, my brother. Great talking to you. By the way, Sexy Exy reminds me, our recruiting coordinator, that that Rhodes guy who is the chair of the committee, who how do I put this? People say that they saw his appearance on television the other night. Probably wasn't very good. He got into an altercation with a Baylor player on the sidelines during a game earlier this year.
Yes.
A student athlete had to be separated from the player. It turns out, Matt, the altercation was over the color of T-shirt the kid was wearing under his jersey. Now,
what?
Would you rather focus on that or Eli drink a fifth, eating an apple through a picket fence after riding his horse and buggy during Rumspringa down Route 41 with a Josh Heupel beard?
I love those Rumspringa documentaries you can watch.
Yes! Let's go! Rumspringa for everybody!
I love that.
Boom!
God.
Boom! Let's go to the phones. This is the part of the show where Laura will come down here and go, "What are you doing to me?"
Hey, the coach is calling in about 5 minutes.
And you can tell her that you still have an hour of real radio left. We're not even into the third hour.
Let's go.
We're not app only yet.
Let's go back to the phones. As the Vols in Florida, it's a countdown to ecstasy here. Hello, you're on the air. Welcome in.
Hey, Tony, Chi-Town Trey.
Yo, what's up, Trey? How you doing, brother?
Hey, man. Are the Ramblers going to be playing? You going to be picking any mandolin soon? We need to jam soon.
We need to get out and play, no question. But yes, I sit in the park from time to time and play. You ought to bring your mandolin out and let's play, man.
Yeah. I just got some new pedals for my for my Eastman MD model. So yeah,
let's go.
You guys had me laughing out loud with that the horse face with the horse that wears the visor. He's like a Kmart version Kirby Dumb. You know, he's kind of got the.
He is. Yep.
He's got the Supercuts haircut and the visor, but just like a team that's just okay.
I think that's a pretty good point. Matt, what do you think? What do they call those? The what were the clothes called that you could buy at Kmart? Oh God, why am I forgetting this? My mom used to make me wear those things too. The
starter?
No. And she called jeans dungarees. She would. I don't know where that term came from, but like Tough Skins. No, there was a brand. Oh God, let's see. Radio Shack was a Tandy company. What is wrong with me? Okay, anyway, why do people listen to this?
Tony, I WN, him and E and somebody else, they had like 3 really good back-to-back calls last week, and it was just all really insightful about the playoff and everything, and I kind of agree with you. I think 12, initially I thought 8 would be perfect, but now I'm glad it's at 12. I don't want to go into 16. I think it's still, because then you have, that was what was one of the joys, and, Dixie Kratt would agree that the importance of the regular season back in the day of college football. But I think, like the Texas over Vanderbilt example, that's a perfect example of a game, no matter where it occurs in the schedule. Like if they had that head-to-head, and I looked at the ESPN predictor or whatever, playoff predictor, which you got to think that's got to have some influence. I mean, anything can happen. It's so ambiguous, but they've got some influence. But I typed in, or you punch in which team you pick and whether they win, which games they win, and if they win or lose their conference championship, or if they don't make it. And in either case, where they were 9-3, if they were to beat Georgia, or if Texas were to beat Georgia or A&M, they have like a 73% chance or something of making it at 9-3. So if they pull, which is crazy, because that's why I was hoping that, like when Florida, or a number of teams, Florida beat them, a number of teams dropped the ball, like Mississippi State, a number of teams had Texas on the rope. They're kind of like Georgia in a way. living on the edge.
That Ohio State game is going to carry weight because it's the best team in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean that's and that was a close loss somehow, but and it should, I guess. But they, Vanderbilt's first. They likely would get in over Vandy, but I was thinking,
isn't that incredible?
There are, and the SEC's cannibalized itself enough already, and it probably will continue to do so. But I just think it's nuts that you're right in saying that Brent Venables could get fired by year end still this late, or they could make the playoff.
That's where we're at. And Trey, I appreciate you. Thank you. Reach out to me, man. I want to sit in the park and pick with you. We got some nice weather coming up. 865-200-5402. I've got to get to a quick timeout because Bobby Wilder joins us. Listen, his guys are undefeated at Tennessee Tech. They have an opportunity this week with Kentucky, like a roll of the dice. And we're going to visit with Bobby Wilder on the other side. Hour number 2 on the radio ahead as we're on Fan Run Radio today, taking you up to William Pattison, my main man with the playbook after this. Living Vol fan, make Alumni Hall your one-stop shop for all your Vol fans on your shopping list this holiday season. There's nothing better than getting your favorite Tennessee gear under the tree. Picture it, a nice polo shirt, a new hoodie, something for the man cave. Pop in and see my friends at Alumni Hall. Best selection of Tennessee gear. Alumni Hall, 3 Knoxville locations. Bristol, Johnson City, Murfreesboro, or online at alumnihall.com. It's easy to have a big orange Christmas. And happy holidays from everyone at Alumni Hall. The ultimate volunteer shopping experience. Alumni Hall. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gouffon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gouffon Moving and Storage are pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gouffon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gouffon.com. That's Gouffon.com. Or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gouffon Moving and Storage. Life never stops moving, and between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, a tire designed for doers, a tire that's going to last, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Brr! It's getting cold outside. Is your heating system ready for winter? Don't wait to find out. Pipe Wrench's $79 heating system tune-up ensures your HVAC is ready for those cold nights so your home stays warm, safe, and worry-free all winter long. Our certified technicians inspect, clean, and fine-tune every part of your HVAC system for maximum efficiency and comfort. And with our same-day service guarantee, you won't be left out in the cold waiting for help. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. Call or schedule your $79 heating system tune-up online today at pipewrench.com. We are committed to keeping your home cozy and worry-free this holiday season. Pipe Wrench Home Services, trusted in Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and neighboring communities for over 20 years. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free. For standard systems only, visit pipewrench.com for details.
Basilio here with Alan from WeShipFloors.com. Alan, is it true? Are we really having a Black Friday sale? Lay it on me.
Yeah, Tony, Black Friday is the biggest time of the year for us. We're going to do a 40% off sale. That's what we're doing to everybody else. But for the Tony Basilio listeners, we're going to do 45% off. So you get an additional 5% off, which should be hundreds of dollars. All you got to do is use the promo code TONY. But for the real listeners, we're going to do another promo code. The second promo code is going to be promo code NEGADAVE. So with the promo code NEGADAVE, you actually pay 5% more. So 35% off using promo code NEGADAVE, 45% off using promo code TONY.
We're kind of having some fun here, but when you're talking about 120 Supercore floors, I've shown them over on the website, the video. You can't destroy this floor.
Very tough floor that I designed. When I say literally millions of square feet, we've got 2 warehouses in Johnson City full of flooring. We're ready to go for any size project. But yeah, it's a remarkable product. It's the best waterproof flooring on the market because we sold everyone else's floors and I designed the floor that's better than everyone else.
WeShipFloors.com. Free shipping to all, anywhere in the country.
Go Vols, Tony.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
I've literally spent like a few minutes with the great Bobby Wilder, who I told before he jumped in here that I'm an admirer of his. I remember his Old Dominion days. They had the greatest uniform in college football when he was there. It was unbelievable, Andy. And he joins us now on the program. And I can just tell you, after hanging out with this dude for a few minutes, that I could hang out with this dude. And now I can see why Bobby Wilder has got Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech, a place my wife went to school. Now, she went to school way back in the day, Bobby, as we like to say, us old schoolers. But at the end of it all, you have done something there that is bordering on miraculous, but you don't do it alone. So tell me what's in the secret sauce as I welcome you to the show. You come into this weekend undefeated and you're one of the great stories in college football. As I welcome you in.
Oh, thank you, Tony. Appreciate you having me to be on with the Dean of Knoxville Sports Radio, the voice of the common fan. Are you kidding me? Who's got it better than me right now, Tony? But to answer your question, this has been we're 17-5 in the year plus that I've been the head coach here. We're on a 15-game winning streak, the longest in the nation. We're 10-0 for the first time in 104 years of Tennessee Tech football. We've tied the 72 team for the most wins ever in a season at 10, and one word describes this transformation, and that's the culture. When I was hired, Tennessee Tech hadn't had a winning season in 12 years. They'd only won 7 games 17 times in 102 years when I got hired. So the culture had to change. There was this losing mindset around the program. There wasn't a culture of winning. So that's the first thing we did. Second thing was hire really good people to work. I had a number of people I'd worked with previously at Old Dominion, some people that I kept from the staff that was here. And then the biggest difference for me, the reason I took the job, was Phil Oldham, the president. I've been doing this 34 years, Tony. I've never been around a president that sees the entire chessboard like he does, what's best for the university, the community, and he sees a winning football team that's ranked number 5 in the nation, bringing positive national attention to our school that was just this summer ranked the number 1 public university in Tennessee. So it was the culture and then great leadership from President Oldham.
Breaking it down scientifically with Bobby Wilder today, Tennessee Tech, they're unbeaten. They've got Kentucky this weekend, and we were talking, Bobby, a second ago about how you go into a place where the culture is so forlorn and beaten down. I remember visiting with Tony Vitello when he first got the Tennessee baseball job, and he was like, I'm going to win here, and we're going to put people in the stands. And I just looked at him like he was nuts. But the power of belief and the power of having the right people around you seems like a very, very important aspect of all this stuff. You were telling me about your staff and about how you guys have to be resourceful, and you have to go find football players. If you can, speak to the challenge of that and the work you guys have been able to do in that front.
Yeah, that's a great point that you bring up. And I'm a firm believer in you have to have a philosophy first and foremost. Ours is aim high. It's on the front of our helmets. Our equipment manager, Alex Lockemeyer, likes to say it's the last thing the opponent sees before he gets knocked on his butt. So it's aim high is that philosophy, and it's a mindset about every day from the moment your feet hit the floor in the morning till your head hits the pillow at night, you be the best you can be. And that's what we had to instill in the entire program, just stacking good days, getting better at what we're doing, and following up on that philosophy. What we do week to week is what we call focus on the process of winning. Those are 3 powerful words: focus, process, and winning. And each week it's all about our planning, our preparation, and then our execution on Saturday. We're in the planning and preparation phase for Kentucky right now. Saturday is execution, and then we rinse and repeat every Sunday. And our goal as a team is to be the best team we can be each week on the field. There's 175 plays on average in a game. And if you watch Tennessee Tech football play, we play with elite level effort. Our guys just absolutely get after it on Saturday, and our goal is to play with elite execution, and we haven't done that yet. You haven't seen the best version of Tennessee Tech football. We're still working on that to play with elite execution. And then the second part to your question is you've got to rally the people outside of the program, provide access, get the alumni excited about the program, get the community, and that's when it really takes off. And we're seeing that elite level support now that we didn't have initially from the alumni and the community.
That's a neat community there, Bobby. That's a real, I know from my wife's having been there and just having spent time, some time there as a 40 or so year resident of the state. God, that's crazy to say into a microphone, but that community has always struck me as sort of what's the term here? Like almost unmined from a sports perspective, because there's a pretty good population around it. It seems like there's a lot of pride around that school, but in athletics, it just, for whatever reason, the bar just hasn't moved, either in hoops or football or, in baseball they had a good program a couple years ago, just for a flash, but it seems like this has been sitting there waiting for someone to come along and have some vision around it.
Yeah, I would agree with what you said about the community. I absolutely love it here. Cookville's about 40,000 people. Putnam County is about 80,000. It's one of the fastest growing areas in Tennessee. We're perfectly positioned between Nashville, Knoxville, Chattanooga. It's such a great location. I've been here 23 months, and when I got here, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Am I going to rent or am I going to buy? Within 3 months, I bought a house. I just fell in love with the people in this area. I love living in this southeast region because it's true what every coach I've ever known from this region says. It is faith, family, football, and then when a ball gets kicked in the air in September, it's football, family, faith. God, is that true? I just love living in this region because I'm pulling for the Vols. I'm pulling for Vandy. Both of them are having good seasons. I love the fact that we've got good football, SEC football right around us, and we're having some real success right now. We got a legitimate shot to win the OVC, win the automatic bid, get a first-round bye, and then next year we're moving into the Southern Conference, which is much more regional for us. Schools like Chattanooga, East Tennessee State, we've got 7 of those schools within 250 miles, which doesn't just affect football. It affects all 15 sports on the athletes, the coaches, the travel. So the region, the community, the commitment from the president, this move to the Southern Conference, all things are pointing up right now for Tennessee Tech University and for our athletic department.
Hey, Bobby, how do you find players? Where do you find your guys?
Yeah, number one thing I had to do when I got here was recruit the roster. They had a really good defense the year before, so kept those players. And then in the last 23 months, we've had 100 new players on our team, 60 from the transfer portal and 40 from high school. So we want to recruit Tennessee, the neighboring states, from high school, and then we use the portal to recruit nationally. I'm one of those coaches that embraces the transfer portal, embraces revenue share. I mean, you're telling me that I can outwork another head coach, I can outwork them in recruiting, I can raise money so I can bring in the top talent. I'll take that 100 times out of 100. So nationally with the portal, for example, our quarterback, Keikoa Vesperis, who last year played at Eastern Washington in the Big Sky, led the nation in completion percentage. We went out and recruited him. I've got a general manager, Justin McMullen, who's elite. I've got a scouting department that are elite people. So we recruit nationally. We're already recruiting right now. We're preparing for the portal. We're preparing for what we'll need to do with agents of the players. We're preparing to bring the top talent we can to Tennessee Tech, because I firmly believe if you work at it in recruiting, you work at it in what I call friend raising, we can build a national championship caliber program right here at Tennessee Tech, a program that competes for FCS national championships every year. That's the goal.
Hey, Coach, I want to ask this question. How many other FCS schools have a scouting department like you have, and have a GM that's, we hear that with FBS schools, but how many other FCS schools do you know of?
It's rare.
How big is your scouting department?
Yeah, I don't have an exact number for you. That the top programs, the program like North Dakota State, that's won 10 of the last 14 national championships. They have it. A program like Montana State, who played for the national championship. So the elite programs every year that are competing for the national championship, they're acting more like G5 or lower level P4 programs, and that's what we're looking to do. Now, we don't have the resources where everybody is full time, but there's an army of 20-something young people out there, male and female, that want to get into Division I athletics, whether it's operations or scouting. So we have some situations where we can get people in, we get them in the door, we give them responsibility, we help them build their career, and they just bring elite level effort to our program.
Bobby Wilder joining us on the program. We talk about this meteoric rise just sort of out of nowhere of Tennessee Tech football, and then you hear this gentleman talk, and you hear him, you hear the vision, and you hear what you've done. And Bobby, the truth is that this isn't a first time for you. When you were at Old Dominion, they had it going and made the kind of the ill-fated decision to go D1. You and I were talking off the air. I don't see the allure in trying to get to the bottom of the D1 side of things versus the level that you're at. I mean, to me, it just doesn't, and I don't know what's so appealing about trying to scratch yourself into the bottom of D1 versus what you're doing at Tennessee Tech, because I think it's a great brand of football, and it seems like it's a more rewarding type of experience for everybody involved.
Yeah, you bring up a great point. It's such a challenge now to move from FCS up to FBS because of the revenue share. If you move up to FBS and you don't have an ability to compensate elite players, you're not going to have an opportunity to win. And you see so many FCS programs that do it, that move up, and then they struggle each year just to try to get to 6 games and get bowl eligible, where for a school like Tennessee Tech, now we can be an elite level program at the FCS. We're building facilities. We've got a $50 million project that'll be done this summer, the west side of our stadium, that is going to be phenomenal, with chairback seating and suites and a brand new locker room, new press box. It just looks awesome. We get to see it every day when we practice. It's coming out of the ground, like our program is metaphorically coming out of the ground, and then we're raising money to build a new football operations building. So that the point I'm making is Tennessee Tech is going to have the ability to be a top 10 national program in FCS for years to come, with the facilities, the support from the university, the ability to recruit in Tennessee and the local states. There's a lot of good high school football around here, the ability to recruit in the portal and to be able to compensate elite players. So to your point, this is a real good spot for Tennessee Tech to be right now, an opportunity to compete for national championships this year and beyond at the FCS level.
Tell me about this opportunity with Kentucky this weekend. I mean, you got a winning streak, you have it on the line. You don't sound to me like somebody that's going to go into something expecting to lose a football game. Is this a opportunity for you?
Well, I'll be 100% honest with you, because I'm very clear with everybody. I hate this game. This game was scheduled before I got hired. There wasn't a thought process about Tennessee Tech football being 10-0 and next week potentially having a game with Tennessee Martin for the conference championship and the automatic bid. This game was scheduled by the previous administration to raise money. And this mindset is now different here. Now, we couldn't get out of this game because of the money that it would have cost for the buyout. So I don't like it, first and foremost, to answer your question. Now, we're playing this game, so we're going there with the mindset to win. I've been in these games before where, Vegas says you got a 5% opportunity to win. Well, okay, how do we figure out that 5%? You got to figure out ways to stay in a game when you're overmatched. We're playing an SEC team. We're completely overmatched, and Kentucky's a good football team, regardless of their record. They play in a conference, the SEC, that has 9 top 25 teams, so they're playing elite-level teams. When you're overmatched, you have to figure out ways to stay in the game. You got to shorten the game. You got to control the ball. You got to play good field position. We play elite special teams. We're the number 1 special teams in America at FCS. We play elite-level defense. We're number 1 in the nation in 4 categories on defense, and we lead the nation in scoring at FCS. So we can find ways to stay in this football game. You have to get games like this to the fourth quarter, put some doubt in their minds, try to get their fans to turn on them, against them. But if you just look at this game on paper, this is a complete mismatch.
Matt Dixon, jump in here as Bobby Wilder joins on a Thursday. Tennessee Tech undefeated, and as he says, huge game with Jason Simpson, another guy we've had on here in the past, down there at Martin later on in the season. Well, a few weeks away. Go ahead, Matt.
No, I was just going to say there's going to be a lot of people in Knoxville cheering for you this weekend, Coach. We all hate Kentucky, and I especially do. So, but make sure you bundle up because there's never been a sunny day up there in Lexington. There's always like a black mist, freezing rain that hovers over the stadium. So be bundled up for that.
Oh, that was classic. I love that.
Well, in all truthfulness, though, you guys are pretty high-flying offensively, right? I mean, I'm looking at the numbers, and you've got the top offense in the deal, don't you?
We do, yeah. We're leading the nation in scoring. Now, we haven't scored a lot of points the past few weeks. We've got some injuries. We've got 3 starting offensive linemen that are out, which just nauseates me going into this game with their defense, their front 7. We've got to make sure, first and foremost, we protect our quarterback, Keiko Vesperis, who's having a fantastic season. He could very well be the offensive player of the year in our conference, so we got to protect him. We got to get the ball out quick. That's going to be a major challenge for us, and get back to the scoring level we've had. This game is going to be hard to score points. We're going to have to find a way to manufacture points. They played a game 2 weeks ago at Auburn. They won 10-3, and then they played a game last week against Florida, who looks to me like they've mailed it in, and they beat Florida 38-7 at home. So trying to find a way to manufacture some points in a game like this is going to be critical.
You as a football coach, right, when you're looking at that Florida film from the Kentucky game, we had John Adams in here with the Knoxville News Sentinel, who's been at this like 50 years, okay? He's like 78 years old and still out there doing his thing, which I love, by the way. And John says,
that's awesome.
Yeah, John says, and he really keeps up with it, and he stays in the deal. He said, in all my days in SEC football, I don't think I've seen a bigger checkout job than what Florida did. When you're watching that as a coach and you see something like that, is that what comes to your mind as well, just the level of checkout from Florida there?
Yeah, the things you can see as a coach when you're breaking down video is the commitment at the line of scrimmage. What's the commitment at the line of scrimmage, especially for a team that their coach has been fired and they don't know what the future holds for them, and Kentucky just dominated the line of scrimmage in that game. And if you looked at those two teams just walking out of the tunnel and you didn't know one was Florida, one was Kentucky, you look at Florida and go, yeah, these guys they're gonna win this game by 40. But they did not look committed to doing what they needed to do to be successful in that football game.
How much of a challenge, Bobby, on the way out, do you think it is for coaches everywhere to keep kids engaged when your goals are out of your hands? Say you get eliminated from a playoff spot, you're competing for that, or in these spots where these guys are like substitute teachers, they're interim coaches, and a lot of these kids already have their eyes on their next stop. And then if you're looking at a guy and you're considering bringing him to your deal and you see them checking out in their previous spot at the end of the year, wouldn't that be held against a player?
Yeah, that's why our philosophy is we very rarely recruit P4 players. 4 of our best players on our team are Division II, Division III, because those kids want to come up. They want the challenge. They think what we have is so much better than what they had, where you look at a P4 player who's used to that level, he's used to those facilities, and then comes to a place like Tennessee Tech, it's not the same. And also, we put a premium on snap counts. I don't care where you played. If you played 300, 400, 500 snaps, I want to watch your video. If you were a P4 sitting on the bench and didn't play, yeah, there's a reason you didn't play. So we're very select on anybody we look at from the P4. We're more interested in the FCS, Division II, Division III players.
Thank you, my man. Hey, it was great talking with you. Anything else you'd care to add here on the way out? And I hope you'll come back when we get down to playoff time and visit with us.
I would love to come back with you guys. You're authentic. I like your show. And I would just like to add, for all of those that might find themselves in Cook Vegas, the City of Lights, that's what I call Cookville. Cook Vegas, the City of Lights. Next Saturday, November 22nd, noontime, Tennessee Martin for the conference championship and an automatic bid to the national championship tournament. Come on over and spend some time with us. We'd love to have you.
Bobby, by the way, on your over there on your what do they call that stupid thing? Wikipedia. You've got a photo of you with a great guitar player's hat on. Where did you get that freaking thing? I want that hat, man.
I love the fact you saw that. That was a gift from a friend of mine. I got a bunch of those hats. Love them.
What's the brand? I want one.
Oh, that one's just a plain, simple old kangaroo.
Okay. Thank you, my man. Great talking to you.
Great talking to you guys. Anytime you're in Vegas, look me up.
Hey, have a Dwight Gooden. See you, brother. The great Bobby Wilder on your TLD Logistics phone line. Matt, your thoughts on that guy's personality and just how off the hook that was. And very interesting, by the way.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Can sell his program well, has a really good personality. Obviously, he's a pretty good football coach as well. So, no, that's cool. You can see why they're having success.
And a guy like that who literally came on here and said Florida checked out, and he's like, we're checked in. And I'm trying to find guys, sort of like Bino always has said about whenever we have an opening, I want somebody at my school that this is the best job they've ever had. In their mind, they think this is that's kind of what I thought of when Bobby Wilder said that.
Would you rather hire a coach like him or some retread in the Power 4 level?
And that's the point, Bri. See, that's why the guys at his level have to be extremely resourceful, task-oriented. They have to be people that are able to wear many hats to do what he's done. And I respect the hell out of that. And I told him that I loved that uniform. People that watch us or listen to us on the Spaces could hear me talking to him. He goes, man, that's incredible. You notice? I go, dude, when you were there, those uniforms were insane. I mean, that was the best looking uniform in the deal. He goes, we had 4 of them. He said, and I have a saying, you look better, play better. Look better, play better. So, pretty cool. We come back on the other side if you want to get in the hunting in the mix with us. 865-200-5402. And I love the fact, Matt, that he says into a microphone, I hate that we have to play this game this week or this weekend. And then next weekend is the weekend where just about every Southeastern Conference
biggest game of the season
does that. Yeah. Well, no, for him, next week is the biggest game of the season. But then next weekend's also the weekend that we take off. Hopefully going forward, we can get away from the second to the last weekend of regular season college football. The SEC decides that it's just not going to have competitive games. Hopefully, Matt, with the 9-game schedule, that's the thing that goes away. I think that's supposed to happen because if I'm not mistaken, aren't all the non-com games going to fall at the beginning of the season next year? Isn't that the plan? Or have we not seen that?
Yeah, except for the last game, the rivalry games like Florida State, Georgia Tech, Clemson, South Carolina. But yeah, I think all the non-conference ones are supposed to be at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, and I even call them not even non-conference. I call them non-coms, the non-competitive games, because that's what they are. We'll take a brief time out. It would be delicious if they could find a way against Kentucky over the weekend, and he LOL'd at Matt's hatred for Kentucky, the way Matt said there was like a mist over Kentucky's program this time of the year, a mix of just a cold mist and smoke, but no sassafras. Shout out to the Bubble Puppy, wherever they may be, as we continue with more. One of the great psychedelic tunes of all time, Hot Smoke and Sassafras. Do yourself a favor, look that up on YouTube and listen to how good that jam is as we continue with more on the other side after this.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline. Online at tldlogistics.com.
Are you currently a residential electrician? Would you like more benefits, better pay, more upside? What about a $3,000 signing bonus? Free company paid health insurance, annual profit share, company vehicle, gas card, much more. Call Advent Electric today. Advent, known for their large commercial jobs around town, and due to high demand, they're adding additional roles for their residential department. Maybe you know a friend, family member that's a residential electrician. Spread the word. Email hr@adventelectric.com. hr@adventelectric.com. 865-588-0631 and ask for the Tony B 3K signing bonus. Advent Electric is hiring. You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land. Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club teams start at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we're the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our tryouts last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care, I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the Triple Wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw premium vodka. Please drink responsibly.
T to the B back with you, 865-200-5402, the numero uno, If you want to hunt mix with us, we would love to hear from you. And we would love to hear from you today on the program. Shout out Jennifer Morris, was nextmovesmokymountains.com, who was here today. She is next level. I'm not going to lie to you. And she's continuing our current trend of advertisers cracking on callers, which, Bobby Wilder used the term authentic for this program. I think authentic is a great way of putting it. And I think this is an authentic exercise each day. And I will authentically tell you that William Pattison, who follows on Fan Run Radio, is excellent. Also, I understand that Josh Elander is going to be on with Dubsy. Bri, is that today or tomorrow? Elander on with Dubsy.
I think that's Friday.
Okay. Dubsy! So he'll be on with the afternoon guys. But in the meantime, let's go back to our phones on your TLD Logistics phone line at 865-200-5402. I'm trying to type with Laura while I'm getting ready to go back to the phones. Matt, you really need... One thing we were talking about off the air was the concept of... Because Bryce said there is something good. There's something good about every place. There's something good about Birmingham, if you thought about it. Something good about the state of Alabama, if you think about it. I love Keeneland, which happens to be right there in Lexington. The great Jim Buckner introduced me to Keeneland several years ago. And I've gone up there with Carver as well. I took Bino there, and he loved it. Brian, you say you've never been?
No, I've not.
Okay,
I've heard about it.
You need to scratch
and
that
seen
itch.
pictures, but never have been on the ground.
It's the Fenway Park of horse racing. You need to go. Matt Dixon needs to experience that. What we can do is, one weekend we can have in March when they open. Or is it April, Bri? What's the month it's open? It's open, and I want to say March and October.
I think it's April and October when they're open.
I'm always good on the details. April and October. We can have Berkey drive over from Louisville. We'll come up. Bino, you, and Matt Dixon. You've never been to Keeneland? All the times you've gone to games up there in the months where they're running with the horses, and you've never been to the mecca of horse racing?
Have not. Have no desire to. The less time I can spend in Kentucky, the better.
Matt, how about with your friends? How about hanging with Uncle Bino up at the
So
track?
you said Berkey. That would be a little enticing. That would at least get me to consider it.
What about Bino? What about Bino? The opportunity.
And Bino, do you think does Bino pick horses better than he does college football?
Oh no, Bino's like Jose Felice. Bino's not good at it. One day I went with Mike Carver, and I kept watching him cash all these winning tickets. What do you think, Matt, of a guy that takes you to the horse track and doesn't share his information with you? Just gives you nothing but losers, but goes to the window and keeps cashing tickets.
Well, they sound like a winner.
He really.
So, and what they clean up one thing. Bayer texted me and said they're actually having Coach Elander on this afternoon during the 5 o'clock hour.
Bang! Beach blanket, bang.
Thanks for listening, Bear.
I wanted to get that in there. And, hey, Bear, it ain't like us to screw up a detail. You know that. I give credit where credit's due. Thank the bank for the money. Thank God for you. Let's go to the phones. At 865-200-5402.
Would you take Bear to Keeneland? Wonder if he's allowed up there.
I bet he's banned. Reminder,
I would hope so. He'd have a lot of credibility from me if he is.
You might run into Cattleman up there.
I have seen Cattleman up there several times. Which I wonder how Cattle Call gets there. I've always thought about that. We're going to go back to our phones here in your TLD Logistics phone lines. Before we do, a reminder, we are live tomorrow at Calhoun's on the River. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're getting ready for our tailgate as well. If you've got something you want to contribute to the tailgate and you want to come tomorrow, that'd be great. We've had people bring us like garments this year for kids, things like that. I love it. It's so in my heart. You just have no idea. Like, had a lady from Mississippi that has a shop the last week, brought some really fine clothes the Oklahoma weekend for us. And just things like that just touch my heart. Our guy, let's see. I want to give him a shout out here from Smith Secondhand Vintage Sports Collectibles. Brought me a couple of really awesome Philadelphia-related items. He'll be glad to know that when I went to the Preds game, I wore the practice jersey that he gave me, a vintage Flyers practice jersey. And the Flyer fans in that place were like, where did you get that thing, man? And, of course, I said Eric Lindros is one of my boys. I mean, I couldn't just tell the truth, Matt. You know what I'm saying? I got it from Eric Lindros. Hello and welcome into our next call as you're on my TLD Logistics phone lines. Welcome in on this fabulous Thursday.
Hey, Tony. Boys, Bobby. Hope
What's
you're
up,
well.
brother? Welcome in.
Thank you. I'll see if I can drop by some. We've actually just run through some stuff in our house that's some Tennessee-related gear, and my kids have outgrown it. I'll see if I can't scrounge some of that up and bring it by tomorrow for you.
And by the way, Matt, Sexy Exy's coming to Keeneland now with us in the spring. You and Sexy Exy, Matt, in the back seat, comparing recruiting notes. Sorry, continue, my friend.
It's all good, man. It's your show. Love you, love your show, as they say. That Wilder guy, he says Bobby Wilder. What a cool dude, man.
Is that next level or what, man?
That guy was super cool. Like, it makes me want to cheer for Tennessee Tech. It makes me just want to cheer for him. I know he's at Old Dominion when they basically started their program. I do remember that, strangely enough. And he seems like a program builder, because if I remember correctly, at the FCS level, before they moved to, I guess they're in the Sun Belt, they were legit. Like, he built it from nothing, and they were legit.
Yeah, he was telling me that. It got really, really hard when they went to Division I, because in that spot, you're in an impossible position. Go ahead, Brian.
Didn't they beat Virginia Tech one year?
They did.
Beat them down.
They did.
Yeah, I don't know if he was still there, though, at that point.
Yeah, I don't know if he was there either. I think you're right, yeah.
I don't have much to say about it this weekend. I mean, I wanted to weigh in on something you said yesterday, Tony, and dude, it feels pretty deflated around here. Fans feel kind of checked out.
That's me.
I mean, we have a pretty mega tailgate every year for every game, and the two guys I host the tailgate with called me yesterday, we're not even going to go to the game. Much less have a tailgate. We're not even going to go to the game.
Isn't that a
bummer? And I was like, okay, well, so Vandy, right? And they're like, yeah, we're not going. And these guys are diehards, have been through the wars. Went to Ohio State with me last year. Bad, not great stuff. Been taking a lot of shots to the pills, as the kids say. And they're checking out, too. That is not good for Josh Heupel. Apathy is bad for a coach.
Well, that's what the playoff era does. You're either in or you're not. and if you're not in, you don't matter. And that's just not the reality with me.
Do you think
that's fair?
They'll check back in if they beat Florida?
Sure, Bri. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Probably. No, can I pose one question, and I'll have a parting shot on the way out, Tony?
Sure.
One question to you guys. What happens if Jermod McCoy, because I've heard he's participating in team practices and drills now this week, what if he comes back and our defense somehow, miraculously, looks like the 85 Bears, and all of a sudden we're hanging 50 on Florida and hold them to maybe like 10 or 12? I mean, does the playoff committee take any of that into account, in your opinion? And then lastly, I'll leave you at this. Coach Wilder said, look good, play good. My question is, if you shave, do you coach better? See ya.
You know, he has shaved. Matt, have you noticed that? Our coach is now clean-shaven. He's spiffied up.
I have not noticed that, no.
I did notice it.
Well, you noticed the glow up, as you say. He'll look pretty dang good this weekend coaching. That's for
somehow
sure.
I knew that was coming.
Glowed up. Bino's glowed up. Let's get our next call in on your TLD Logistics phone lines. Hi.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey,
today?
Greg, welcome in, brother.
How you doing?
Man, it's a great day to be alive.
Can't believe you mentioned the bubble puppies.
You know the bubble puppy?
Heck yeah, man.
Hot smoking sassafras?
I thought to myself, where did that come from?
That's a great jam, man.
1968.
You better believe it, brah. So I've got a special needs brother, Steve, and he's got an incredible vintage, 45 collection. And the other night he was playing that. We were singing it together. That's a great song. How good of a jam is that to people who've never heard Hot Smoking Sassafras?
Like you said, everybody needs to put it on.
Yep.
Check it out on YouTube.
That makes me want to take out a joint cigarette and spark it up in the Rainier studio, my friend.
And their artwork on their album covers were kind of like out of this world.
Let's go. Wow.
But anyway, hey, I was calling about something different.
Sure.
We don't hear talked about a whole lot.
Sure.
Maybe a little bit. But you got Tennessee's basketball team 3-0. They were 2-0, and they dropped 2 spots in the AP poll.
Yep.
Kentucky is always given that top 10 area every damn year, like the damn name Kentucky gives them the right. And they get blown out by an unranked Louisville team.
Yeah.
What does that tell you about the AP poll?
Well, it tells me I don't look at it. And by the way, the Kentucky was an underdog in that game, and they played like an underdog in that game. Matt, what did you think of Kentucky the other night? Because it looks to me like they've got a pretty damn good team once they figure it all out.
They still don't play defense. And I don't really think they have a go-to scorer. They kind of have a bunch of role players, it looks like, at least early in the year.
Brian, you and I were talking about this. I wonder with that Kentucky fan base, they're in love with this coach. But the fact that they don't defend Brian, at what point do they get sick of him?
Well, I've seen some. Now, it might just be a very small lunatic fringe of the fan base, but there's sort of questions and grumblings about just how they looked against Louisville, how Pat Kelsey comes in, he's in his second year too, and it looks like that he's got the best program in the state going right now. So I think there's some early grumblings from some in that fan base. So we'll see.
Anything else for us, Greg?
I just wanted to mention that. I mean, why does Tennessee drop? I don't get that.
Nah, I don't think people pay attention when they're voting. Would be my guess.
Well,
there's like a zillion games out there too in college basketball. They don't see them all.
Yeah, how do you track that?
Hey, ever since, and I was trying to think what this information was. This person last year, she was a voter in the AP poll and had voted for somebody, and I just kind of, my eyes went wide open. What the hell? And she said she thought they were good. And I thought to myself, if there's a bunch of people on the AP poll like her, we're in trouble for the rest of whatever.
Yep.
Because I remember back when the AP poll was a very top-notch deal.
It mattered. Remember that when you had the USA Today poll? You'd look at that thing. Now it's all, Greg, done by numbers, man. All done by numbers. Now the Ken Palm and the net are all people look at. And Torvik.
I was also thinking about Tennessee Tech ever since you had him on.
Yeah.
I was like your other caller. That was a cool dude, man. I'm all for them. I'll be trying to watch that game Saturday for sure.
I can promise you that they're going to gain some fans. And what I love about it, when our season ends is when theirs is getting cranked up in the playoffs, and there's a lot of really good football on. If you'll tune it in and give it an opportunity, it's a really fun, good to watch product, and those kids play with their hair on fire. It's a great, great level of football. I respect the hell out of that level of football. I'm just telling you. Very good coaching, very good players.
I know there's a lot of Columbia Central High School kids that have gone there.
That's cool.
To play football.
That's cool. And, Greg, I appreciate you. Look, Greg calls junior college sports. I respect you. You get up every day. You practice. I don't care what college you're at. You go out there and you put in the effort and put in the time. But that Bobby Wilder guy, man, he is a character now. We'll get another call in. We'll do this. We'll continue with more after this. TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting, because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you. Not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Basilio here, and my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from B. Online at carnesmotor.com. Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. Huge black eye for Major College Football today as the chair of the committee. And shout out to Clarky Boy. Clarky Boy pays cash. Listen, huge black eye. My man, William Pattison, on the way next. Love you. Peace.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
We got to talk about this thing at Baylor that's breaking. Good gosh, man. Good gosh almighty.
It's TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime, presented by TLD Logistics. Online at tldlogistics.com.
So there's breaking news at Baylor.
And now let's go to the guys with today's edition of TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime.
Mac Rhodes, their athletic director. Why is that name familiar to me? Where was Mac Rhodes before that? Let me look this up here. That name's familiar to me. RHODE at 60 years of age, Mac Rhodes is. Mac Bernard Rhodes IV has seen better days. He went from Yale to Marquette to UTEP to Houston. He was at Missouri. That's why. Okay, there you go. Mac was at Missouri when they came into the league. Missouri. Or around that time period, anyway. Oh, Mac Rhodes was there when they had the hunger strike, Matt. The Missouri hunger strike, which will never ever be forgotten.
10 years ago.
By the living fan. He was there 2015, 2016. He was the AD that got swept out of there during the hunger strike, which also cost Gary Pinkel his job because they had the university was fine with that hunger strike. They were going to let that dude sit there and go hungry till the football team went on strike. Football team went on strike, and all of a sudden it was like, somebody go bring a guy a Big Mac and some large fries.
That thing got serious.
And supersize it.
Yeah, the trust fund kid on the hunger strike was going to be fed.
Now, Matt, when you supersize something, or would he get Biggie Fries? And Biggie Fries is not McDonald's, right? What's Biggie Fries? Where's that from? Is that a Wendy's thing?
I think that's a Wendy's thing. I don't know if McDonald's does the supersize thing anymore.
Damn it.
I think they got shamed into it with that when that documentary came out.
Oh,
the Supersize Me deal. God, that's probably been 20 years ago.
Oh, Supersize Me.
They had McDonald's had the like salads in the cups for like 6 months.
Yeah, you could go in there and get like you could go in there and get a salad like with walnuts on it and stuff. I'm like, what are we doing here? All right. Brian, read to me the latest on Mac Rhodes, who was at Missouri during the hunger strike. And by the way, if somebody would have brought Matt a Big Mac out to him during the hunger strike, it would have lasted for like until it decomposed, like a year and a half. Have you ever seen that?
Maybe longer. You might still be able to eat it.
Probably not a good thing when there's that many preservatives in your food, but I mean, who am I to say? I look like a de-skinned Muppet at this point. Brian, hit it, sports fan.
Yeah, Macro just stepping down from the CFP selection committee, and they think that the Utah athletic director might replace him as the chair of the committee. He might slide over from his spot.
Okay.
And I believe now I'm seeing that Arkansas 80 Hunter Yurachek is being nominated as the CFP selection committee's new chair.
God.
The nomination, like Carla, needs to be authorized by the governing boards, but they say he is actually Mark Rhodes is stepping down and taking an absence from his duties at Baylor, not because of Title IX and not because of student welfare issues.
So Title IX, what that means is sexual allegations around the football program, that sort of thing. Student welfare issues mean that it's not thuggery on one of his sports teams. Matt,
it's not related to the incident that happened with the tight end.
Yeah.
On the team.
So
it's not that either.
This guy apparently is an apple, pear, and a plum and a peach. Matt, what is your sense of the first thing that popped into your mind, Matt, right now? And we're going to tackle this. Go ahead, Matt.
I mean, when you list off the things that can't be, the first thing I thought of was some kind of gambling deal, because that's been prevalent here in sports recently, which would be a real black eye for college football.
I want you to think about what Matt's saying now, because and none of us know, and I'm not going to speculate as to what it is, but when you take the, thank God, sexual assault component out of it, which is, I believe, what got Art Briles, right? Didn't they have some kind of scandal they covered up?
They had multiple scandals covered up, yes.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was really bad.
And so you've got that. You've got the knowledge that who knows what this is. But one of the first things that pops into your head now, in this age we're in, is it a gambling deal? Which is a kind of a fair thought. Is it something related to that? What else could it be? Could it be some kind of... It can't be paying players anymore. I mean, who cares? If it were some kind of affair with an underling, that would fall under Title IX as well, I would think. So
the guy might just have some personal problems that are away from the job that are affecting it.
Yeah,
affecting him. That could be. It could be something like that. Which, I mean, I guess the gambling thing could even fall under that. But
yeah,
it sounds like he's got some personal demons he's dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah, the gambling thing's a real interesting thing because baseball's been touched by it, college sports been touched by it. Major college basketball did a dump the other day where they banned 7 players late on a Friday afternoon, which is where you bury things like that. UFC's got a gambling scandal going on right now. I've been of the opinion that, and even the NBA, with the money those guys are making, even NBA players have gotten swept up in it. We know that NBA officials down through the years have been less than savory. I sometimes wonder when I'm watching these early season college basketball games how manipulatable some of this stuff is. I've often thought basketball is the most manipulatable game out there. It just so lends itself to point shaving on one side or the other. It doesn't mean that that who wins or loses is the issue, but just by how much you can shave. You can still win games and just point shave. Point shave's a great term. Good.
Another thing is, you got a guy last night in a game. Oregon State was playing North Texas, and the North Texas led the whole game.
Yep.
But it was tied with about 10 seconds left. North Texas had the ball. They brought it down the court. They were out of timeouts, and the guy calls a timeout with 1 second left. So Oregon State wins on 2 technical free throws. Stuff like that can happen suspiciously.
Or it can just be a college kid making a college kid play, you know?
You never know. I mean, the gambling thing makes you wonder about, that's one way you could manipulate a game is call a timeout you don't have.
Obviously. And that's one of the things you think about now. Yeah. Like in the UFC fight, there was a guy, and this is what tipped everybody off in the UFC deal. There was a fighter who was a prohibitive favorite to begin the day. And as the day went along, all this money came in on his opponent. Like tons of money. Like line swinging money. Turns out the guy went out there and fought hurt. Now, he didn't fix a fight, but he wasn't capable of fighting. See, that's why a little bit of knowledge in this stuff's real powerful. Because if I know you're hurt going into a fight and I'm gambling against you, that's like taking a test while having the key to the test. You have all the answers. You've taken chance out of it. It's a problem. And that's another thing that in this era, if you don't think that people on the inside of these football programs, Matt, do you remember a couple weeks ago how that Oklahoma number when they were playing Texas was really kind of odd? And then it just denoted the fact that Oklahoma's quarterback was going to play in that game despite having a broken hand. Where do you think that knowledge came from? How do you think the Vegas world found out about that?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think they're paying people on the inside, do you, Matt, in these programs for that information?
Somebody's getting paid somewhere, absolutely.
No question.
Yeah, that insider trading, basically.
Yes, it is. To the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on our TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime. Hi.
Hey, Tony. How you doing today?
Doing great. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, I got some inside information on the Baylor guy of all the stuff you all named, the sexuals and gambling and all that stuff. It's way worse than that. Way worse.
How do you know about it?
Yeah, I just got it inside. I don't really want to divulge my sources, as Roger would say. What's your source? He actually wanted to lower season ticket prices and not charge donations. So they said he had to go immediately.
Danny White's new scheme, Matt, that he's working on, this red herring thing to get the fans. The parents are real upset at UT because their kids can't get tickets to a game, and rightfully so. So now he's got this new thing, Matt, where we're going to build a new wing onto the stadium of student seats. You have a thought on that, Matt?
A third deck.
Like a third.
But are they going to be actual seats, or will they just be like rails, like the baseball?
I love him.
Seats?
Like a sheep pen in the sky. Let them eat cake.
You could combine Danny White's idea with what was that, Lukey Dome?
Oh yeah.
And we could actually build a dome over the football stadium and suspend the students from the dome. So they could hang from the dome,
Or like have like an observatory up there looking down on it. Really give you a home field advantage because you can encourage them to flip pennies down on the visiting bench. Spit and maybe have a little Florida thing, Matt, where you have a restroom up there and you could drop urine bombs on them from up above the stadium.
Well, Laura's definitely coming down now.
Interesting.
Well, the reason I called you all were talking about Keeneland.
Yep.
And the trip up, I was going to suggest that you all stay at the Kentucky Castle whenever you go up.
Now, what is that?
It's
What's a
available.
Kentucky Castle?
It's right past Keeneland. It was built by Lee Majors. And
What?
then, of course, he sold it. Now you can Google it. It's a thing. It's on. Yeah, it's called the Kentucky Castle.
Lee Majors
And,
went to Scott County High School because I've seen his stuff in their trophy case.
Yeah, he grew up in Middlesboro.
I'm sorry, Middlesboro High School. You're right, Middlesboro High School.
Yeah, he grew up in Middlesboro, and he went to EKU, Eastern Kentucky, I guess.
Yep.
Or East Kentucky, and then he built that castle up there, and then he's since sold it. But now it's a like a bed and breakfast. You can go in and stay, and they got a restaurant.
Really?
Oh yeah. You see it right from the road that Keeneland's on. If you go past it just a mile or so, it's on the right.
Is Lee Majors? Is he still with us?
I think so. Yes, sir. I believe so. Yeah.
And he took the name Majors because he's a big Tennessee fan and he loved Johnny Majors, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. They're probably close to the same age. I would say that Johnny was probably 10 years older than Lee. I would think so. That would have been his prime thing. Yeah, he took Lee Majors after the Johnny Majors name.
Love the $6 Million Man, bro. You can watch that on YouTube now. I love the $6 Million Man. So
it's funny to go back and see how corny it is.
Yep.
That is, when we was growing up, that was the shows, right?
Buddy, that scared me.
liked it, yeah.
That one night they had that robot. He was fighting a robot, and they ripped the face off it, and there were all these circuits and this face. That gave me nightmares for years, man, for years.
Well, when we were kids, we used to play ball, and if we wanted to run like the $6 Million Man, one of us would run in slow motion, and the other one would make the noise.
It's pretty great, man. Yeah, the sound effects on that show for the uninitiated kids. I feel sorry for you that you never saw that. You need to go on YouTube and look up the $6 Million Man. And don't do like Brian Hartman. He looks up Farrah Fawcett Majors on there. You need to stick to the $6 Million Man.
Well, between Lee Majors, the $6 Million Man, and Evel Knievel, it's 1,000 Wonders, buddy. We made it out of the 70s.
We used to
early 80s. I guess.
We used to take buckshot and cut the shells open, pack them into coffee cans, get rocket fuse at the local hobby shop, and make our own bombs. If you did that today, what would they do to you if you were out there making your own bombs?
Oh wow, you'd have ATF. I was telling my daughter this morning. I grew up in Johnson City.
Yeah.
For Veterans Day, we had a ceremony at the high school for every Veterans Day.
That's awesome.
They brought M14 assault rifles to the high school and let us shoot off a 21 gun salute as high school kids.
You imagine what the scandal would be today if they let you shoot off a 21 gun salute?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, nowadays they freak out. They saw them carrying the assault rifles in, but yeah, we had M14s that were retired from the Marine Corps, and they were semi-automatic. And they give us blanks, and we stood out behind the school and shot. There was 7 of us shot 3 times. Wait a minute, that is 21, isn't it? Yeah, there was 7.
Yeah, 7 times 3.
Shot 3 times.
Hey, knock 3 times, bro, on the ceiling if you want me. I love you. Thanks. Good talking to you.
Yes, sir. You have a nice day.
Thank you. On your TLD Logistics phone line, it is TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime, where anything goes and everything usually happens. So let's really drill down on this Rhodes thing. You think he had something to do with Otani, Matt?
Does he speak Japanese?
Matt, do you think Otani knew about the gambling thing, or do you think that was just his buddy? Where are you on that?
I think he probably knew about it, maybe not to the extent that the guy was doing it, but I'd be shocked if he didn't know. I don't know. I think there's a decent chance Otani bets on sports.
Well, how do I say this?
I bet he speaks English better than we do. Also,
How do I say this without sounding like I'm going to sound? Culturally speaking, those folks love gambling. Back to the phones. I'm just, I'm just back to the phones we go. Hi, welcome in. You're on our TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime. Hi.
Let's say, Tony, can you hear me okay? I had trouble hearing the caller on hold. But
yeah, go right ahead, brother. Yep.
Tony, I think it was very convenient for the greatest baseball player on the planet to have an interpreter to serve as his patsy. If only Michael Jordan would have had an interpreter to serve as his patsy, he wouldn't have had to have been suspended, a quiet suspension, and go play minor league baseball.
Now, that is one conspiracy theory that I've held to down through the years.
Tony Vols, Tony, has been suspended NCAA baseball. That's why he had to go leave and play coach for the Giants.
You know why Tony Vols was suspended, Taylor? Because it flat out wasn't fair.
Why Tony? Oh, so he was that much better than everybody.
Yeah, it
wasn't fair. Corbin was crying really big tears. Tony, I still haven't completely. It's going to be weird to go to Lindsey Nelson Stadium and see number 22 no longer there. What do you think about that? I can't really even. It hasn't really sunk in yet, Tony.
Matt.
No, it's definitely going to be different. I do think the vibe and all that will be different, which I think between the lines, though, I think it's going to be a lot of the same. I think you have, everything else that Vitello built and put in place is still there, which is the unique part about this. I mean, literally everything. And Elander had such a hand in a lot of it, in recruiting and obviously Frank with the pitching queue with strength and conditioning. Like, everything is still in place. So I do think you can have a lot of the success will continue, like baseball success. You get rid of kind of the rock star, like that celebrity portion of what Tennessee baseball kind of created and brought to the sport.
Taylor, do the crowd still flock to it?
I hate to sound negative, Tony, but not like before. It's not going to have that. The diehards like Matt and I absolutely, but the fringe people. There were a lot of fringe people, Tony. Don't underestimate the Tony Vols Vitello charisma. That guy's just unique in so many ways. As many of his players have said, he was one of one. Most coaches, you know as well as I do, the interviews are so darn boring. His interviews are must see. Like, I bet I've watched 90% of Vitello interviews, which is kind of sad, but I haven't watched 3% of the head coaches in football or basketball interviews, because you and I could do the interviews. It's all coach speak. But anyway, he's just so different. I mean, the Giants are going to find out. That guy is just different. There's a reason why he's the only college coach that's ever gone straight to be a manager in MLB. That guy's he's got the charisma, the it factor in spades, and the DNA in Vitello is just different. But no, I think the fringe aren't going to go. And I love Elander, but he does not like the limelight. He's great. I mean, the players love him. He's obviously a great recruiter, but he is the polar opposite of Vitello. Vitello was all about let's get in your face, let's get out in the public, let's do wiffle ball down near Calhoun's, a home run tournament. That's kiss babies, shake hands, all that fun stuff. That's not in Elander's disposition. Nothing wrong with it. I think he can still be successful, but you don't take Vitello out of the dugout, remove him, and not have some type of drop off in both play and attendance. That's just my humble opinion.
It's going to be interesting.
Matt, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's going to be
And
interesting.
Tony.
No, go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, well, I think we were talking about during a break earlier. I think a lot of the success you have is going to continue, and you have these recruiting classes built up that you're going to be really good. The only thing I'm curious about is, you talk about that it factor that Vitello had. His teams just played with such that clutch gene, especially in the postseason, and they came through in key spots down to their last out or even strike in some cases to win games in the postseason. Will that clutch gene and that clutch factor, will that continue? And how much of it will? Because I still think you're going to be consistently in the tournament and hosting regionals a lot. It's just that kind of extra gear that Vitello's teams more times than not seem to find in the postseason. Will that continue?
Yeah, and there's a reason why Drew Gilbert is Vitello's all-time favorite player, and as he indicated, the culture builder. I'd say Evan Russell is way up on that list as well. And man, the team resembled that swagger, that clutchness of their head coach. But anyway, I'm not trying to be negative, but that guy's one of one. I think he's the best coach I've ever seen in my lifetime over at University of Tennessee, regardless of sport. And the asterisk is Pat Summitt. I didn't spend a lot of time, unfortunately, but have a lot of respect. So I would say she's the best in my lifetime. He's number 2, and if he would have stayed, he would have been the best. Real quick, I'll let you go. In honor of Tony Vols, I'm going to give you a real quick, way too early lineup for baseball since it's overtime. Anything goes. Lead off, center field, Abernathy. Batting second at second base, Manny Marin. Henry Ford in the hole at third base. Batting cleanup, Levi Clark at first base. Blaine Brown at DH, batting, sixth. Then we got Newey Newstrom in left field. We got Chapman, right field. I struggle with this. I'm going to go with Stone Lawless catching, batting eighth. The guy's a stud. Garrett Wright's hard to leave out of the lineup, but this isn't Bowling Green. He's gonna have some come up. It's getting used to this SEC pitching. And batting ninth is finally had a healthy fall, a much improved, both in the Appalachian League and in the fall, Errol Antigua at shortstop. It's going to be next level. Grimmer is going to be the first person out of the dugout. That guy can play, or obviously DH, third base, left field. He's got an incredible bat. You can even put him at first base. And then Wright will obviously spell Lawless. He also bats right. But that's all left, right, with the exception of 8 and 9. You got 2 righties back-to-back with Stone Lawless and Ariel Antigua.
Taylor, you fired
me guys,
up. You focused me and you prepared me, brah. Thank you.
I can't wait. GBO, Tony.
We're just a few days away, Matt. We're like 7 weeks away from the start of baseball season.
Yeah, and 2 years away from the stadium renovations being done.
Damn.
It's longer than that, isn't it?
No, he said away from them being done, Brian.
I mean, I'm talking about 7 weeks until start of the baseball season. You said
oh, you're right. It's like 11
7 weeks is barely New Year's.
Yeah, it's like 11 weeks. You're right.
And about 30 weeks until you two show up over there.
Interesting, Dixie.
Hey, Marcos and Peters, leave some room. Leave a light on for me, bro. I'll be there when it gets north of 70. Although I did go to the opening game last year, Matt. Stayed for about 4 innings till the sun. When that sun went down on the sleepy little town, I got the hell out of there. Because my blood is thin. It's something me and my blood don't have in common. My blood's thin. But we'll go to the phones at 865-200-5402. Let's get our bow thy head. Next call in. It's been an award-winning TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime thus far. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, welcome in.
Good to always be in, gentlemen. Matt, Brian, good to talk to y'all. So, first of all, Tony, what's I ain't even checked. What is the point spread for Saturday's game?
It's about 40 points.
Okay. So, if I was a betting man, I would say that hammer the 40 points because I think Josh Heupel tries to win this game by 50 to 60 if he can.
Well, to me, it comes down to when he puts in his backup quarterback, whoever that may be, and I mean that's why I would sort of stay away from a game like this. Now, if it's September, I can see maybe saying balls minus whatever, but at this point, you're kind of looking toward next year. You got a game you should win kind of easily, and what kind of a drop-off will it be? When would he insert his backup QB in? I'd be afraid of this game from that perspective.
Well, if you're right, if he's playing musical chairs with Merklinger and Mack, you could be right on that, Brian. But I think he wants to win this thing. He wants to make a statement. He usually does in these. And I remember when we were in this game last year with UTEP. We came out and played a horrible first quarter, and Nico couldn't complete a pass. And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, he can't even complete a pass against UTEP." I don't know. I just see this as a track meet for us, and we'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to talk a little basketball. I listened to the call-in show last night. Just kind of wanted to give my 2 cents, of the game. There is no doubt that first 10 minutes, the Vols were sleepwalking. They were getting beat to the balls. They were getting lost in rotations. The focus, intensity was not there, and allowed that team to hang around. But once they put their minds to winning the game and getting lit up by the coach a little bit, they went and did what they should have done, and pretty much handled that team with ease the whole game and pounded them inside like we should. No doubt the guard rotation is, particularly the 2 guard, is still under construction. You got 3 guys trying to vie for that. 4, I guess, because Boswell didn't play last night. It's going to be interesting to see of the 4 guys that they're giving the opportunities, who's going to get it. But if I had to say going forward, looking at the team long term when we get into that tournament against Houston, I don't think our guard play is ready for a defense like Houston to play.
No.
I think the inside game, Tony, is ready for that game, but I don't think our guard play is quite there yet to compete with Houston's defense.
If we're not careful, we're going to get smothered in that game, Richard. That's my concern. And that's why you need these games right now. This thing is going to be a work in progress for Tennessee past the new year before they start playing some of their better basketball. I expect them to hit some rough patches here against some of the better teams on the schedule. I think Louisville could rough this team up, Richard. So we'll see what happens.
I've seen enough that is there a lot of working pieces that this team could be good.
Oh yeah.
So here's the only thing this team has in common with a little bit is Rick's only Final Four team was a team that he played 11 players more than double-digit minutes.
That's interesting.
Yes, that's his one Final Four team. Of course, he had a spectacular point guard. That made
player
difference as well.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that was the one team that he got to the Final Four was a team that he played a lot of bodies and just kept rotating players. So, but I will say this, Tony, even though I know the competition is what it is the last couple of games, Tony, I have no doubt in my mind if J.P. Estrella was a healthy basketball player last year, we're a number 1 seed and we get to the Final Four because the kid and his offensive skill set is what this team sorely missed last year.
Matt, isn't that a great unanswered question about last year? Because he truly is a gifted player on the offensive end. Just guys, the guy has gifts in spades, man. Makes it look so easy on that end of the floor. Matt, it's a great unanswered question, isn't it? What happens last year if he's healthy?
Yeah, it certainly is because you were right there on hovering at the 1 line anyway. So yeah, you probably could have gotten over that hump and really been able to challenge Florida for the best team in the league.
Agree,
because that's the kind of player you were missing. I know Brian kind of talked about it last night how Estrella kind of reminds him of some of those those Florida bigs last year that could stretch the floor. So it's a really, really good point.
And I loved Richard last night when he did his little heat check 3-ball after getting a couple to go. He shot another one from the top of the key. Because look,
Absolutely.
I mean, he had a magic wand in his hand last night.
Hey, here's the thing, Tony. He is the third scorer on this team, along with Gillespie and Mint. He has to be the third scorer. So that's your top three. Now, when it comes to Carey's play, I will say this about this guy. Last year, when he played for Vanderbilt, he sluggishly played his way through the non-conference. But when it got to conference play, Tony, and teams were more tired and it got to the physical grind where the officials let it bang more, he was a hoss. And that's what I think the coaching staff understands in him, that they know that they have a guy that when it gets conference time and these physical grinds, he's the kind of guy you got to have battling down low to help.
They were are extremely frustrated by his conditioning as he came in. And I don't know that we just haven't seen Barnes be very forgiving of that. Maybe they look the other way as the season goes along and their needs change.
I wonder if
go ahead,
does he have second thoughts about coming here being just a very deep in the bench depth piece?
It's
because
interesting.
At Vanderbilt he was playing like 25 minutes a game.
Yeah, it's interesting, Brian.
Yeah, Brian, he got his money, so he's happy.
That's right, Richard.
So, he to me, he looks like a competitor in some things, and like I said, I think he'll be ready to compete when it's conference time. But he ain't the kind of competitor that I would say that some people are. When I was, I'd go out there, Tony, with an air cast in my tennis shoe because I didn't want to miss a game. That's the kind of competitor I was when I played sports, and he's not that kind. So he's got his money, so he's happy. He'll be there when time comes.
Richard, that's why I love that damn Pavia guy, and people can have their opinions of him. But last year he's out there. I believe the stuff that he was out there with a half a tire blown, and he was still trying with all his might to play the game and respect what's in front of him.
Tony, that guy would go out there on a Sunday, the day after, in a pickup tackle football game if he could and play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to say I hate him because he talks a lot of If every Division I football player approached their craft the way that guy plays, that would be one. It's a great sport already, Richard. That would be one hellacious sport, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. That's why you got to love what he's doing. You got to love the kid at Ole Miss and what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
D2 now, he's going to lead his team to the playoffs.
Yep.
And you got to love what our quarterback's done.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are just these are guys that don't care. Yes, they're getting some money. They're not getting big money, but they love the game so much they just couldn't wait to get a chance. And when you get a chance, you try to shine. And some players, Tony, have it and have that it to shine, and many who are even more talented kids shrink in the moment mentally and are just mental midgets. That's what I call a lot of superstar type players, man. Mental midgets, and they fail.
Thank you, my man. Yeah, and they one thing I like about our guy is he's had his moments where hasn't been very good, I never have seen him pout on a football field. Matt, have you this year? Joey Aguilar has not pouted.
He's had good body language.
Yeah, he does not pout. And another thing I haven't seen him do, Matt, is point fingers at people. Unless you guys have. I have not seen him say to a receiver, you should have done this, you should have done that, or shown anybody up on a field. I haven't seen him do it. The truth is, Pavia and him are two sides of the same coin. Pavia gets hit more and puts his head down more, and his style of play is a little more in your face, and so is his style is a little more in your face. If that field goal, Matt, would have gone through against Georgia, we would be talking about our guy in the same way people are talking about Pavia right now. That's the difference between winning and losing, though.
Correct, yes.
It's sad. Think about it.
They've only lost one more than Pavia.
That's the point.
And they could finish tied.
Yeah. That field goal, guys, And that kicker that we have, Matt, you trust him in a close game here down the stretch?
I don't trust him in a big kick at all. No.
No.
How could you?
I don't know. Because my man Adam Sparks likes to quote his numbers, and how his numbers are better than Jeff Hall. Come on, man. I mean, what does that even what? And I love Adam Sparks, but what does that even mean? I mean, okay, the guy's made a lot of kicks. You know what matters? The last 3 outs in a baseball game. That's what matters.
Yeah. The kicks in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, getting outs in the sixth inning are fine.
Jeff Hall drilled all those. He missed them all in the first quarter.
There you go. Getting outs. Jeff Hall in Syracuse put that ball right through the uprights. You don't have to tell me about Jeff Hall in the Florida game in '98 put the ball right through the uprights in overtime. Don't. This whole thing about the percentage. I mean, that guy there that we have, and I'm not knocking him, but I'd be trying to find me another kicker next year if I'm them. And I'm not knocking the guy.
Isn't he a senior, though?
No, he's not a senior.
Because he's been there for 2 years now.
No, he's not a senior. I think he has one more year. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Richard talked about Tennessee, the line this weekend. My friends at VIP Play. I will have another trifecta for the ages this weekend. 2 weeks in a row, a half a point has gotten us. Half a point on our Tony B's best bet. 2 weeks in a row, half point. Something's got to give this weekend. Brian, do I put the New Mexico State as part of my 3-team parlay? Am I putting that in there, or are we staying away from that one this weekend, Brian? What are we doing?
I mean, you probably could, but it could affect that too, because I just don't know the quarterback, how much Aguilar plays and how much the backup plays and who the backup is, and if 3 QBs play. It just kind of makes me want to think about staying away from a game where that's so much uncertainty in that regard, especially when you're dealing with the line as high as 40 points.
Matt, do they go GMAC first, in your humble opinion, or do they go Merck first?
I think they all 3 play. They probably go Merck first, just because that's what Heupel does. But I think McIntyre probably plays more.
I'm trying to figure out how that game's going to play out, because Brian's right. 40 points is a lot of points. New Mexico State doesn't have any team. They should be a very little count. But I think I'm leaning toward playing Ole Miss and the points as well, and maybe overreacting to how Florida looked. Maybe that's what they want me to do, but I'll give you a 3-pack pick. Now, I'll do it tomorrow when we're at Calhoun's. I got to do my research tonight. I got to put the pencil to the paper to the pencil, maybe even pull my pen out before it's over. My friends at VIP Play, when you're ready to lay your money down, $20 first bet, you get $100 in bonus bets instantly. The promo code is TN Tony, and we love you so much. VIP Play live always with 200 plus leagues, numerous bet types, all kinds of props and options, and you name it, you can find it there. Doesn't matter the sport, you can find it there. Whether it's in the UFC, you can find it there. It's incredible. Perhaps that Tennessee Tech Kentucky game is calling your name. Where, Brian, the line has dropped in that one, right? After that coach's appearance on here?
I saw where it had been 24.5 and now it's 21.5.
Yep.
I don't know if I think it was that way before I looked it up before the coach came on.
Yeah, the line is what happens, and you come on this show and you sound like that, and that number drops. That's why we call this the show of record. My friends at VIP Play want to remind you, if you have a gambling problem, 800-889-9789. 21 and over, located in the state of Tennessee, to place a bet. And we'll get one more call in, and then I got to get to the park. Oh, man, you got to take advantage of these nice days. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, guys. Vandy getting into the playoffs if they were to win out and go 10-2. It looks like, I mean, we all think Oklahoma and Texas aren't winning out, right?
Yep.
We don't think either one of them is going to go unscathed the rest of the way. So really, Vandy's 10-2 would come up based on where they are right now, and they would have a little better resume if they were to win in Knoxville at the end and be 10-2. They would be battling what looks like for that last spot with Utah or BYU. So they need one of those two to lose a game, and then the other one to lose in the championship game.
You think they would jump? You think they would jump 2 teams out of that league up ahead of Vanderbilt?
Well, they're both in front of BYU and Utah are both in front of Vandy right now.
But don't manipulate those standings, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, well, let's say the real bad scenario would be for one of them to beat Texas Tech and Texas Tech to stay ahead of Vandy. But I mean, right now they're both like Utah's directly in front of Vandy, and then BYU's directly in front of them. If they all ended up 10-2, then that's what Vandy would be fighting against.
Wowee.
But I'm with you. I think at the end of it, if they're all 10-2, Vandy would jump both of them. So I kind of agree with you. I don't think there's any scenario where anybody from the ACC would be ahead of a Tennessee Vandy as an at-large.
No. What a bad league, man. Wow.
I know it's never going to happen, but the whole Duke thing, having 3 out non-conference losses and still being alive to win the ACC, they went out. And then James Madison being 11-1 and Tulane or USF being 10-2, being ahead of Duke and the ACC getting left out altogether, that's real.
Absolutely.
Now Duke's not going to win out, but still.
No, Matt brought that up a couple weeks ago or a week and a half or so ago, and it's really a great point. It really is a great point. And listen, that league is that bad, Rusty, that it could happen.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I guess Duke could get hot when actually Duke plays like Carolina, who they should beat, but they, hey, who knows?
Yeah.
And then they play somebody else that's a cupcake. Their last couple are really, really easy, and then they would just have to beat a Georgia Tech or a Pitt or somebody in Charlotte.
It's remarkable.
So I guess theoretically it's possible.
It's remarkable, guys, that Miami spent all that money, and they're locked out of a conference championship game of a conference that can't play. Now, that's really saying something. Congratulations to nobody. Could have looked
1 month to play.
Yeah, nobody could have looked under their crystal ball and seen Cristobal doing that.
Cristobal,
as Comrade.
Now, what would really help Vandy or even a 9-3 Texas would be for Pitt to go ahead and beat Notre Dame this Saturday.
Oh boy, you got to get Notre Dame out of the way. That's right.
If that happens, then Vandy would almost be a lock at 10-2. I mean, Vandy would basically probably go to 95% at 10-2 at that point.
If I was doing a Vandy show,
and Texas would probably be in also.
Oh, Texas at 9-3 is very much in play at that point.
You think Billy Derrick feels conflicted with Notre Dame being in Vanderbilt's way of making the playoff?
I think Billy Derrick is an absolute nerd. Yes, me.
Hey, so I know the whole Tennessee going 9-3 and Colombo put us all in our place yesterday with, or maybe the day before, with Tennessee has zero hopes and we're at 2%. I think to make the playoffs, even if we went out or something like that. 2% means I should get 50-1 odds. Would Colombo or anybody else be willing to, like, I'll bet 10 against your 500 and give me 50-1 odds that if we won out we could possibly get in? I'll throw $10 down on a 50-1 if somebody's willing to give it to me.
Colombo?
And you guys can hold the money in escrow.
Colombo?
Come on, Rusty. They don't have a chance. Kidding, Ohio State.
I'm just saying, if there's no way, and we should all not even consider it, there's no risk in giving me 50-1 odds.
Colombo's the same guy that told me yesterday that season's over, and he's not going to tune another Tennessee football game. And Rusty, thank you for the call. And
I'm not going to watch another snap, kidding. Come on.
That is pure BS. Matt, do you believe that Colombo is not going to watch another snap of Tennessee football this year? Because that's a total joke.
No, he probably isn't going to watch them this weekend, but he'll watch the Florida game.
Yeah, I mean, you're excused if you're not going to look at this weekend. They're begging you not to look at this weekend. My Amachi kids, though, let the record show, 10 years we're going to go to 10-0. How about that, Matt?
Correct.
We ought to do the Amachi tailgate. We ought to do the Texas game next year and really test this thing.
Really see God's work.
Yep.
Yeah, have a real miracle.
Have
over
a
there.
real sports miracle.
Yeah.
A real living, breathing. Or maybe after
how
this
many
year,
tickets do you think you'll get? Well,
after this year, Bri, we'll take the Amachi. If we lose in Gainesville, guys, we'll take the Amachi kids down to Gainesville next time we play there. I mean, what a great bit. Gentlemen, any final thoughts?
Count
Matt,
those mustard seeds.
Matt, are you doing a gamer? Are you doing a gamer for this?
I am.
You're
it's
a degenerate.
Well, it's not. It's not going to be like a real, true breakdown. New Mexico State, because they're just not competitive.
Yes,
but there are some kind of intriguing storylines with it.
Cool.
With they basically played Heupel's offense last week.
Okay.
They have Star Thomas and Diego Pavia were in their backfield for 2 years together.
Wow, way.
They're the worst rushing team in the country this year, which is crazy because last year 2 of their running backs are now starters in the SEC. So like there's some intriguing like non-game stuff that's worth mentioning, but yeah, it's just it's a non-competitive game. Let's just call it what it is.
And what do you guys think that number is of guys that we have that are out there playing for other teams right now? What do you think that real number is if we were to really
I bet it's over 50 the more I've thought about it. I bet it's over 50.
I mean, what are we doing? Did you hear Coach say today that they brought in like 70 guys? Or did he say?
Yeah.
I mean, what? Hey, y'all, love everybody. It's Utah's AD, as Lawless says over here, Matt, is about to become the committee chair. If I'm Vanderbilt and I'm looking at Utah and it's Utah, does he recuse himself and walk out of the room, or does he do what I do and say, look, you sons of bitches?
Well, if it's Utah's AD, BYU's not getting in.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Go on.
It's Dad. Today's show, Brian, what is it?
It's over. Dad.
Till we meet again. Love, peace, and good vibes. From Don Cornelius, from me to you. Tonight we will have another edition of Winners and Losers presented by our friends at Dos Equis. And you can call me either a winner or a loser. But here's today's show right back at you. You found the Tony Basilio stream at TonyBasilio.com or on your smartphone or tablet. Another thrilling, chilling, and sometimes spilling edition of the Basilio Show is on the way next. Tips are always appreciated.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
LF to the G, man. I'm fired up, focused, and prepared. Vols are getting ready to play some football. I'm jacked, and packed about that. We had a Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime to the Stars last night. That'll